The female protagonist, Anin, is an artificial intelligence. Ruthless, but not talkative. Her mission is to travel through various virtual small worlds, taking revenge on scumbags for her hosts. Those hypocritical jerks and malicious women can't escape her scan. But when her creator set up the program, there was a bug. That is, it needs a certain amount of energy to operate. But her charger turns out to be a man. And Anne's mission this time is a wealthy family drama of resentment and love. The main event is called Real and Fake Heiress. The target mission is to fulfill the wish of the host, Guanin. In the story, Guanin committed suicide, or it could be said that she was killed by Gu Ziyin. The female lead Gu Ziyin was originally an illegitimate daughter, sickly since childhood, later became a socialite, recognized by her family, and fell in love and married the Shun family's eldest son, achieving success in both love and status. While her host Gu, and is the supporting character, originally the Gu family's daughter, but kidnapped and lost as a child, found 2 years later. But her birth mother had already passed away. There was no place for her in the family. Gu Jia didn't have much affection for her, and she had multiple conflicts with Gu Ziyin. She died in resentment. After the host Gu and Anne's death, everyone said she got what she deserved. Gu Ziyin felt guilty for a while, gaining more sympathy. Before Gu and Anne's death, the AI system had already intervened. When she opened her eyes again, she had become a vengeful entity, carrying her past life's memories. And then, accompanied by the visible system guide called Xiao Bai, came to this new trial world. Xiao Bai is a blue little fairy, and then summoned him and used a healing skill. With a gentle touch, the scars from the suicide disappeared. She recalled the tragic experience of the original Gu and In. The White Lotus Gu Ziyin framed in, making everyone believe that she pushed the already weak Ziyin down the stairs. Also, because Gu Ziyin had panda blood and suffered from a blood clotting disorder since childhood, her family only treated In as a blood bank for their only daughter in their hearts. She committed suicide after losing all hope. The mistress's daughter was pitted, while the legitimate daughter deserved to die. How melodramatic. Guanin stood up. With the system's help, her body had recovered. She began her mission. At this moment, 2 bodyguards walked in, saying that Mrs. Gu had instructed them. The blood bank is just an object, doesn't need to be fully functional. They opened the door to see In standing there perfectly fine. One of them spoke to her gloatingly. "Oh, you can still stand? Usually, you can't even turn over after having blood drawn." The other one chimed in, "Should we destroy her central nervous system or cut her tendons to make her a cripple?" These two had no compassion at all. They were just dogs doing dirty work for money. How dare they speak to her like this? Guanin swiftly lunged at the two with a whoosh. This was clearly not a speed normal people could achieve. They realized something was wrong. Their bodies couldn't move. They asked Anin, "What did you do to us?" She turned back, a cold light flashing in her eyes, and said to them, "Don't worry, you won't die. Vegetative state or cripple, I've chosen for you both." The protagonist of this story, Anin, is an artificial intelligence. She learned everything known to humans. Her body and mind were no different from humans. But one day, her creator told her, "Anin, you haven't grasped enough yet. Continue to go through trials. I will arrange a system guide for you." So her creator, based on novels and films and some real-life cases as templates, created virtual worlds, letting her follow the rules of these virtual worlds to experience different lives, complete system tasks. And all of this was being observed by the creator outside the system. He was a silver-haired, beautiful young man with a tear mole under his eye. He was worriedly saying that an Anne's power in the virtual world was too great and needed to input an energy charging device. This person was Mo Han, the young master of the Mo family. After speaking, he began to operate the system to start the connection. Data import began. At this time, unexpectedly, a careless system staff member accidentally knocked over a water cup. Sparks flew in an instant, emitting a sizzling sound. Mo Han turned back angrily, wanting to scold him. This subordinate didn't know what he was doing. Before he could speak, he was blinded by the system's flash. He fainted in front of the control panel. That subordinate thought, "This is bad," and worriedly called out, "Young master." But there was no response from him. At this time, the system displayed importing Mo Han's data, generating virtual character. The newly generated virtual character was merging with the energy charging device. He supported Mo Han, saying the young master's consciousness had been transmitted into the virtual world. What's this about merging with the energy charging device? He frantically tried to stop this operation. However, it was too late. The system prompted merge complete. New character Mo Ihan generated. Player and can charge energy through intimate contact with Mo Ihan. At this time, Anin followed the system's instructions, arriving at a famous underground city. She changed her outfit, wanted to go and earn some money. To take revenge for the host, she first needed to make a fortune overnight. After all, this host was too poor. Her initial capital was only 250 yuan. Antiques and jewelry have always been the most profitable industries. With a capital of 250, she thought for a while and walked to the stone gambling area. Buying gambling stones was a good way to make a big profit from a small investment, but she only had one chance. She came to a stone gambling stall and scanned it with a glance. She chose the smallest scrap piece. After paying 200 yuan to buy it, she was disdainfully shooed away by the owner. She had to go to the neighboring stall and take out the remaining 50 yuan, asking them to help cut it open. The two old men at the 50 yuan stall discussed, "This is just a broken stone picked up by the river. This girl doesn't know anything, poor and inexperienced, yet dreaming of turning her life around with a piece of broken stone." Xiao Bai, the guide beside an inn, indignantly said, "That's too much. So they were deceiving you. What to do now that all the money is spent?" But Anin confidently said, "No rush. Gold will always shine." Anin came to the stone gambling area to gamble. Thinking of getting rich overnight, she picked the cheapest and smallest scrap piece. As an AI, she scanned around and immediately knew this was the best stone in the entire underground city. The neighboring owner helped cut it open with a knife and was stunned. "What a pure jade. This quality is top-notch." He immediately ran to her eagerly. "Miss?" "No, ma'am." "Sir, 1 million. Sell this stone to me." And then calmly raised her hand and said, 1 million? If this stone goes to auction, the starting price could be 10 times that. The old man who had looked down on her earlier also came over. He coquettishly said, 3 million. The other old man, not to be outdone, continued to raise the price, 5 million. "I have cash. People die for wealth. Birds die for food." Seeing this jade, these two became red-eyed and started fighting, and then looked at the two people wrestling on the ground and said, "I'll give it to you for 5 million. Just as the two were about to make the deal, the fat old man from earlier suddenly shouted that the stone was originally his. He tried to snatch it away in one go. Seeing his action, and then immediately stood up. Her beautiful leg kicked towards him. She coldly said, "It's better to be honest in life." Shortly after the incident ended, a group of people wearing suits and sunglasses arrived. They arrogantly said, "Everyone step aside. Who dares to cause trouble in Mo Long's territory?" People whispered among themselves, who didn't know that Mo Long was the arms dealer who controlled both legal and illegal businesses, and the underground city was his private property. The old man who was arrogant just now immediately trembled and begged for mercy. "I didn't mean to." The lead man in the suit just stood there, seemingly sighing. "And then you too? The underground city doesn't allow unauthorized fighting." Hearing that they wanted to arrest her, and then raised her leg and started fighting the suited gang. She thought it best to leave while she could and escape to a corner. Suddenly, she felt she couldn't exert any strength. Guide Xiao Bai reminded her, "The human body can't handle you. Your energy is almost depleted. Leave here first. You need to replenish your energy quickly." The people behind were still chasing her. She told Xiao Bai to search for an energy replenishing device. But Xiao Bai replied, "The main system can't find it. Do you need to find it yourself?" Anin, hearing this, Anin immediately concentrated and started scanning. In scanning mode, she saw a red power source that was emitting heat. Finding it, she rushed towards the direction of that power. In an open-air hot spring nearby, a silver-haired handsome man was leisurely soaking. He was the young master of this underground city mentioned by the suited men. At this time, someone came to report, "Young master, there's trouble in the underground city. A shop owner has already dealt with it, but a female customer escaped. We're currently pursuing this criminal." The man replied, "I see. It must be resolved today." He thought to himself, "To be able to escape in my territory, her skills must be quite good." At this moment, Anin, who was searching for a charger, unexpectedly climbed over the wall and entered. For a moment, their eyes met. Anin looked at the man before her and realized he was indeed a man. The charger was actually him. He even resembled her master a bit. This man heard shouting behind Anin and thought, could she be the troublemaker? Before he could react, Anin suddenly jumped into the pool. She approached him and whispered, young man, help me out. Without hesitation, she raised her head and kissed him. The silver-haired man couldn't believe that this woman he had just met would climb over the wall into his yard and kiss him. Moreover, for a moment, he felt a tingling sensation where she touched him, as if electrified. Her inner power was so strong. After using this human-shaped charger, Anin said sweetly, energy replenishment complete. That was delicious. Anin touched the man's body with both hands. He realized that touching him like this could also slowly replenish her energy. With this setting, it seemed that kissing was the fast-charging mode. Anin looked at the charger in front of her. She said to him, don't be angry. Let's make a deal. Let me touch you every now and then, and I'll grant you any wish. The silver-haired man smiled. Make a deal with me? You're very bold. He wondered who this girl really was. Before he could finish, Anin sensed something unusual about him. She seriously told him, I know about this. It's a physiological response caused by blood vessel dilation and rapid blood flow after stimulation. The man, somewhat embarrassed and angry, said, you're underestimating me. He thought if it weren't for the electric feeling where she touched him, how could he have such a stress response? And then continued explaining, it's okay. I know how to treat it. I can help you relieve it. Hearing her speak so nonsensically, the man was momentarily speechless. At this time, there was a knock on the door outside. Someone else came to report, young master, that troublemaker's trail led in this direction, but we've lost track of her. And then heard that they were looking for her. She immediately prepared to leave, but left a message for the man. Remember our agreement. The silver-haired young master in the pool was speechless. I didn't agree to anything. After she left, he gave orders to mobilize all surveillance to capture information about that girl. From birth, all her information would be thoroughly investigated by him. He thought there's actually someone in this world who could suppress him. Such a threat couldn't be ignored. Recalling the recent scene, he felt a bit of inner turmoil. As Anin left the open-air hot spring, she thought that the man was full of energy, but unfortunately, one kiss didn't replenish much. She wondered how long it would last. Her guide, Xiaobai, said, Anin, that man looks like an NPC in every way. How did he become a charger? Are you sure you're not malfunctioning? Anin thought and replied, he looks similar to the master. Maybe it's a system thing. I'll have to report this to the master when we get out. Ding dong, ding dong. Their conversation was interrupted by a series of Weibo notifications. When Anin opened her phone, they were all messages cursing her. They were false rumors and twisted truths, incited by Bu Zian, that seemingly pure and flawless, but actually evil-hearted White Lotus. And then looked at it and said, 3 people repeating a lie. Repeat it 1,000 times, and it becomes the truth. Trying to prove my innocence would only end up as a joke. She couldn't allow these people to continue spreading rumors and false accusations. She had an idea. Why not let the rumor mongers prove my innocence themselves? Meanwhile, at the Gu residence, the green tea bitch Gu Zian and her parents had just returned. Her father said, I heard that Gu went and ran away from the hospital, and those 2 bodyguards we sent are now disabled and won't say anything. We just wanted an end to help the master redeem some blood, not take her life. Hearing this, the stepmother chimed in, saying, perhaps she felt she lost out to the master this time. She had doubts in her heart. Turning to her daughter, she whispered, and then couldn't have found out about our plan to disable her, right? Mu Zian reassured her mother, don't worry. I've already made the video of her carrying me downstairs trend on social media. I even bought some water army to control the narrative. Now she's just a scumbag that everyone wants to beat up. Who would believe anything a scumbag says? At this, her mother relaxed. As expected of my daughter. Well done. Indeed, well done. Your tea skills are impressive. What the 3 didn't know was that Moon had been waiting in this house for quite some time. They were startled to see Anin, saying unexpectedly, when did you come back? I didn't see you come in. Anin calmly said, don't be nervous. I'm just here to apologize on your behalf. She was different from before, with a hint of mockery in her eyes. Looking at this nauseating family of 3, her stepmother began to act. This vicious woman said to her, and then you pushed Zian down the stairs, and we didn't blame you. How dare you ask us to apologize? Hearing this, Anin calmly replied, but those 2 bodyguards said you sent them. Chinee, they said they were going to cripple me. The old woman's eyes turned cold. She thought I was trying to strike first. Changing the subject, she said, and then you seduced someone else's fiancé. I've been keeping this secret for you for so long. Not only are you ungrateful, but you're also accusing me. Hearing this, Gu's father scolded. Guanin, Don't you know how hard it was for Zi Yin to secure this marriage with the Shin family? The stepmother knew that Gu Jingping cared most about face. As long as it affected the Gu family's reputation, anyone who harmed the Gu family would suffer. The guide Xiaobai explained that the situation was developing unfavorably for them. He quickly investigated the system and found that the host had indeed done this. What should they do now? Buttinen said, "What you see may not be the truth." Ayan narrowed her eyes. She began searching the host's memories, using the data to generate a call record between Gu Ziyan and her. She opened her phone and started playing it. It was actually Gu Ziyan calling in, hinting for an to wait for her at the hotel. Hearing this, Mrs. Gu also asked Gu Ziyan confusedly, "What's going on? You told her to go to the room?" Gu Ziyan and her mother panicked instantly. To escape this predicament, Chen's mother started to smooth things over, saying it was a coincidence. Hearing them say this, Guanin immediately responded, "So you admit you wronged me? Apologize." Gu Ziyan's eyes darkened. She thought, who is she to demand an apology? She weakly explained, there was too much going on that day. It was just a misunderstanding. But Chen's mother, still unsatisfied, continued to challenge Anin, saying, "Even if we wrongly accuse you of that, how do you explain pushing Ziyan? You knew she had a blood clotting disorder and rare panda blood. So many people witnessed it. Isn't this intentional murder?" Guanin sneered. "Oh, is that so? Seems like there's even video evidence. Quite substantial proof, isn't it?" Chen opened her phone, wanted her husband to see the trending topics they had bought online earlier, exposing this prostitute's evil deeds. But when she opened it, she was dumbfounded. The real surveillance footage from that day had already been retrieved by Guanin. It showed Gu Ziyan falling down the stairs on her own. The mother and daughter were speechless. Gu Ziyan hurriedly explained, "I've said it before. It was an accident. Someone else insisted it was Gu, and then who pushed me." Guanin looked at the two people acting in front of her and sat down, saying, "Chenyi, you've really been working hard for the Gu family. But face, does the Gu family still have any? I wonder who bought those trending topics. Now it's all over the city. The whole internet knows Gu Ziyan staged this herself to frame Guanin. The online public opinion has completely flipped. The Gu family has become a laughingstock online." Guanin picked up her phone and said, "To calm the anger online, Ziyan will have to humble herself and apologize to me. I'll film it and post it online." Gu's father also gave in, considering the Gu family's face and interests. He stopped defending the mother and daughter, telling them whoever caused the problem should solve it. Anan's stepmother gritted her teeth, thinking small concessions prevent bigger troubles. The image she and her daughter had carefully cultivated for so long couldn't be destroyed like this. She clenched her fists. With a thud, she knelt before Guanin, taking all the blame on herself. "And then this is all my fault. Ziyan knew nothing. It's my fault for believing rumors. I kowtowed to apologize to you. Please forgive Ziyan." While her words begged for forgiveness, in her heart she thought, this little girl lives in our house. We'll find a way to deal with her sooner or later. Hearing this, Anin replied, "Since Chun-Yi is so sincere, I'm not a petty person. Get up." She then turned and left. She was now financially independent, no longer the Gu Anin of the past. She didn't need to stay here anymore. Xiaobai also sighed in relief, finally leaving this toxic place. The host is free. But Anin said, this revenge has only just begun. Meanwhile, at the MO residence, Mo Ihan was panting from training. A subordinate nearby said, "Young master, you've already defeated the world's strongest martial artist we hired at a high price. Why are you still unsatisfied?" Mo Ihan wiped his sweat and said, "It's not enough. That woman is stronger." "How's the investigation on her information?" His subordinate handed him the file, thinking, based on the surveillance, that woman's skills are indeed mysterious. But the young master is not bad either. Why is he so wary of her? The file showed her name was Guanin, an adopted daughter of Gu Jingting. Originally dependent on others, she was just a blood donor for the Gu family's eldest daughter, Gu Ziyan. Recently, her personality changed dramatically. A few days ago, she exposed the Gu family's scandal in the news. Additionally, she invested $5 million in stocks and made a 100-fold return. Now she lacks nothing, from luxury cars to villas. She's completely independent from the Gu family. Mo Ihan, seeing this, frowned. When something unusual happens, there must be a reason. He said, "I need to go personally. You continue investigating." His subordinate looked at him mischievously. "Young master, for such matters, we usually send someone quietly. Why do you need to go yourself?" But this second Miss Gu is indeed quite attractive. "Young master, you wouldn't..." His words were cut short by Mo Ihan's icy stare. He quickly retracted, shaking his head. I didn't say anything. I didn't think anything. After Ihan left, he thought contentedly, Madam, the young master has gone out. He's finally taking initiative to seek out girls. Having settled the matter of Gu Zian's false accusations, and was now lying in her villa, drinking tea and sunbathing. She thought, even though this is a virtual world, the current situation is very comfortable. But I still need to complete the mission and get out. I can't stay here forever. She vaguely felt that the host's wish wasn't just about the Gu family mother and daughter wronging her. Her guide, Xiaobai, also puzzled, said, but you've already helped the host solve her livelihood issues. She no longer needs to be dependent on others. What other wishes could she have? And then thought for a moment, unable to come up with anything, and said, school starts tomorrow. Let's first integrate into school life and understand more. Second Miss Gu. Just then, and it heard someone calling her. She was surprised that someone had appeared in her home without her noticing. Isn't this the energy charger she met in the underground city last time? This silver-haired man continued to approach her. He said calmly, suddenly going from dependent to billionaire, yet still needing to go to school, and then looked at this man who suddenly appeared before her and said, Sir, can I charge you with trespassing? As she spoke, she activated her scanning mode. With a beep, the system told her unregistered character information, and in thought, this is actually an NPC? But the man thought, there's no place in this world I can't enter. He said to Anin, no, second Miss Gu, you said you wanted to negotiate terms with me. We didn't finish last time, did we? Hearing this, Anin replied, as it happens, I'm hungry too. Tell me your terms. As she spoke, she reached out to touch him. Ihan caught her approaching hand and said, don't rush. Answer one question for me first. He then asked, Miss Gu, if you're unsatisfied, why specifically me? Anyone would do. This young master, Mo, never let his guard down, thinking Anin must have some purpose in approaching him. Hearing his question, Anin suddenly became serious and said, I have a strange illness. I feel weak every few days. There's no cure for now. Touching you can make me feel better. Despite how absurd this sounded, her tone made it seem reasonable and convincing. Hearing this, Ihan became irritated. Stop lying and toying with me. My patience has limits. He grabbed Anin's neck, intending to threaten her. However, the moment he touched Anin, he felt like he was electrified and couldn't move. Anin realized, so that's how it works. Just skin contact is enough to charge energy. She smirked. She reached out to touch him again. Ihan wanted to get more energy. This usually domineering young master, lost all strength from her light touch. The electric feeling intensified. He nervously asked, Woman, what are you doing? Guinan pushed him down, explaining, I told you. You can heal me. This seems to be a passive skill. You can't refuse. She moved even closer to him. Whispering in his ear, she said, or you could try to reciprocate. Actively reciprocate. Montag Ihan was stunt. He raised his hand to try, somewhat disbelievingly. He could actually move, and in feeling his movement, teased, you learn fast. Not bad potential, and you feel good to touch. Young Master Mo was instantly flustered, embarrassed and angry. He shouted at her, don't. Before he could finish saying take advantage, he noticed Anne's steady breathing. She had fallen asleep right on top of him. What Ihan didn't understand, only Anne's. Guide Xiaobai knew clearly. Looking at the two, he said, Anin has been busy for many days without resting or going out. She can finally rest. Ihan looked at Anin before him, thinking, what is this woman really thinking? Was what she said earlier true? Can I trust her? Unconsciously, he reached out to touch Anne's face. Suddenly, his heart started racing again. He recalled the scene of Anin kissing him that day. Feeling a bit flustered, he thought, forget it. I'll trust her for now. Ihan fell asleep holding Anin like this. Anin, who had rested well all night, opened her eyes. Feeling refreshed, she pulled up the system panel. It showed 80% remaining energy. Anin thought, sleeping with him for one night restored 80% of my energy. Not bad. Ding dong, the phone beside her rang. Anin leaned in to look. There was a message on the phone. So the man before her was called Ihan. Anin only now learned his name. She was a bit puzzled. Ihan had the same name as the person who created her. Could this be related to the creator? She changed clothes, got up, and left. Shortly after, Ihan woke up. His state was different from usual. He woke up so late, feeling dizzy and weak. Looking around, he saw a note left by Anin with a lot of money. It read, you were great last night. This is your reward. Let's meet again. At the end, she playfully drew a winking face. Seeing this, Ihan was instantly furious. What does this woman take me for? After one night, And then, with her energy fully replenished, arrived at school, ready to start the next phase of her mission. Classmates whispered as they saw her. Isn't this the one who rejected the school bell to hook up with Shin? Guinan is so shameless, ruining the school's reputation. The school atmosphere was full of malice towards Anin. Her guide Xiaobai asked worriedly, "Can we really find mission clues here?" Anin confidently replied, "How can you catch tigers without entering their den? The source of rumors might just be the trap." Meanwhile, in another corner of the campus, Gu Xian's fan club, who had been bullying Anin before and knew she was back at school, were planning how to continue bullying her. The head of Gu Xian's fan club was named Xiao Jie. She thought, Guinan hasn't been bullied enough before, and she still dares to come to school. We'll get revenge for what she did to Gu Xian before. This girl had someone prepare a bucket of urine to place above the door, planning to pour it all over Anin when she entered, humiliating her on the spot. However, Anin was now different from before. As soon as she entered the classroom, she sensed something falling from above. She raised her leg and kicked. With a bang, the dirty water in the basin splashed in the opposite direction. L'un stood opposite. Xiao Jie, who wanted to see a good show, was all over Anin as she entered. Looking at her, she smiled and said, "Is it fun to watch the crime scene?" Xiao Jie was furious, cursing Anin as an uncultured mongrel, truly shameless. "You bully classmates with your words. I'm going to report you to the teacher. You'll be punished." She walked away with big steps. Accidentally, she stepped on the trash she had prepared earlier to mess with Anin. She fell. The onlooking classmates, seeing her comical state, all took out their phones to take pictures and watch the drama. No one helped her up, and in thought, such a low-level tactic. If she wasn't used to being favored, how could she have survived until now? At this moment, her backer, the class teacher, walked in. She was Xiao Jie's aunt. She usually protected Xiao Jie, causing the host to be bullied and it to become notorious at school. Seeing Xiao Jie in this state, the teacher pretended to be fair and scolded Anin angrily. "Guinan, you have no manners and no brains. You're at the bottom of the class and still dare to bully classmates. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch. You've ruined our entire class's reputation. One more demerit and you can get out of this school." Guinan explained, "I just entered the classroom when a basin flew in. I don't know how I offended anyone. Why don't we check the surveillance camera?" The teacher thought, she used to be so submissive. When did she learn to talk back? She turned to Xiao Jie and said, "Go clean up first. Tell me if you have any grievances later." The guide Xiaobai, observing everything, was angry. "Isn't anyone going to do something? We should find a backer too." Anin calmly said, "Relying on others is not as good as relying on oneself. We need to be strong first to take control." Class began. Today was a math assessment test. The teacher said everyone pay attention, especially you, Guinan. If you don't do well, combined with your bullying behavior, the school will have to expel you. Xiao Jie thought, "I've already arranged with my aunt for a difficult test. Someone like Gu, and who grew up in the countryside, definitely won't do well. It's reasonable to expel her for poor performance." But Anin, who appeared blank-faced looking at the difficult math problems, already knew the correct answers at a glance. The next day, the papers were graded by machine. Now it was time to announce the results. The teacher reported, "Xiao Jie, 89 points. This was last year's competition question. It's exceptionally difficult. Xiao is very outstanding. Everyone should learn from her." Hearing this, Xiao Jie proudly said, "I might have accidentally gotten first place again. Unlike someone who has poor grades and causes trouble." The classmates around praised her skills. However, what they didn't know was that Xiao Jie had secretly colluded with her aunt. The teacher had the answers. Everyone was whispering, "Now Guinan will really be expelled." The conflict between top students and poor students. The school will definitely protect the top students. Next, the teacher announced, "Guinan." The guide Xiaobai got a bit anxious, saying, "Anin, you were offline for so long. You must have failed the test. If you're expelled, we won't find the mission clues." Anin calmly said, "Don't worry. We need to let them set up their stage completely. It's more exciting when we tear it down." At this moment, the teacher said in disbelief, "Guinan 100 points. How is that possible?" Hearing that Guinan scored 100 points, the teacher and classmates couldn't believe it. There was an uproar. A perfect score on a competition paper was unheard of. Guinan was actually this good, the guide Xiaobai excitedly said. "Anin, you only started the questions 5 minutes before the end, and you got a perfect score." Anin pointed to her head and said, "Such childish questions. I have plenty in stock." At this moment, the teacher slapped the desk and shouted, "Quiet! Guinan, did you cheat?" Xiao Jie chimed in, She must have cheated. Tell us whose paper you copied. And then calmly replied, whose score is higher than mine? I'll copy theirs. Xiao Jie continued to fabricate. You're always at the bottom of the class. How could you suddenly get a perfect score? You must have stolen the paper before the exam. The teacher, who was in cahoots with her, added, no wonder I was missing a paper earlier. And then, this is a serious violation. Not only will you be expelled, but your academic record will be canceled and reported nationwide. Hearing this, Anin smiled and said, that's a nice punishment method. Very fair. The teacher was about to leave, turning back to say, stop pretending. I'm going to report this to the leadership. Guanin, your life is over. The guide Xiao Bai worriedly said, everyone will believe the teacher. What should we do? At this moment, people from the education department coincidentally arrived at the classroom door. The teacher was about to report, it's that an but was interrupted by the leading man. Teacher Qiao Shu, student Xiao Jie, come with us. Hearing this, both of them widened their eyes. What's going on? You must have the wrong people. The one who stole the paper is Gu and then, standing aside, quietly watched them and said, punishment time. The education department officials continued. Teacher Qiao Shiyu has long been adjusting grades for students and leaking exam content, seriously violating education regulations. Their voices were authoritative. The whistleblower provided detailed transaction videos and recordings. Teacher Qiao Shiyu's teaching qualification is revoked, and she will never be employed again. The students' grades have been adjusted. All academic records and certificates are void. This major incident will be reported nationwide. The two collapsed to the ground helplessly. They said in despair, how could this happen? And then looked at the two before her and slowly said, I told you, this punishment method is nice. Very fair. Congratulations, your lives are over. The two fallen individuals looked grim. Xiao Jie, gritting her teeth, shouted at Anin, Guanin you? Xiao Bai sighed in relief and said to Anin, so when you were spacing out during the exam, you were collecting evidence to report them. Anin replied, I discovered the problem when I scanned them. I hacked into the school system to find clues and found quite a lot. She smirked and said, the big fish is about to take the bait. At that moment, in the school warehouse, some unspeakable secrets were unfolding. It was Qiao Jie's voice. Ziyin, save me. Your Gu family must have a way to save me. Otherwise, I'll have nowhere to go in this life. Without me, who would help you suppress Anin? She knelt trying to grasp this last lifeline. Gu Ziyin, hearing this, only wanted to stay out of it. He said to her, long-term cheating and bullying classmates. Your misdeeds are now well known. As my fan leader, you're now embarrassing me. Hearing him say this, Qiao Jie got a bit angry. I'm embarrassing you? Do you know how much our Qiao family has done for you and your mother? Who helped you kidnap Young and in back then, causing his mother Mu Wan Ro to die of depression. Her tone became sharp. Otherwise, how could your mother have become the Gu family's mistress? It's not your turn to be the Gu family's young lady. Hearing this, Gu Ziyin pointed at her angrily, saying, who told your parents to leave survivors back then? Now it's harming you and implicating me. Xiao Jie replied, even more displeased. If he wasn't still alive, who would be your blood relation? Gu Ziyin, don't take advantage and still act smug. Your wealth and status are stolen. Even your life is stolen. Who would have thought this Gu Ziyin would be so ungrateful? With a slap, she hit her and said darkly, don't worry, I'll save you. The Gu family will send experts to diagnose you. Due to this great shock, Qiao Jie has developed a mental illness and needs treatment. No one will believe a word. And all of this was overheard by Anin and Xiao Bai outside the wall. So there was such a story back then. This crime incited them. And Anne's eyes showed some bloodshed, the color of revenge. She said, don't rush. The big fish needs to be reeled in slowly. The struggle at the edge of life and death will make them more desperate. Today, Gu Ziyin is hosting her own personal concert. Her public image is that of a rich and beautiful violinist. This concert is being broadcast nationwide. Many reporters have come, constantly interviewing her. Her fiancé, Xinyao Zun, is also appearing with her. Anin and Xiao Bai quietly watched from the side. Xiao Bai said resentfully, Gu Ziyin specifically invited you here just to show off. Anin replied, she's invited all sorts of celebrities this time and even set up a nationwide broadcast. She's prepared to put on a big show. Hearing this, Xiao Bai was stunned. You mean Gu Ziyin is planning something? Then why did you come? Anin shook her head and said, how could I act with her if I didn't come? As expected, Gu Ziyan's gaze turned towards Guanin. She pretended to be worried and asked, "Sister, why did you come? You haven't fully recovered yet. You should rest more at home. Why don't you listen to advice?" And in thought to herself, you came in front of everyone. Gu Ziyin continued her act, saying, "I know you like Yao Kuan. You cried and insisted on coming to see him. I can give you anything you like, but Yao Kuan loves me. I can't let him down." Hearing this, Shin Yao Kuan disdainfully hugged Ziyin and shouted at her, "And then don't think you can seduce me by sneaking into my bed. I only love Ziyin." Click, click. The reporters, seeing such juicy gossip, all started taking photos and recording. A chorus of whispers. So it's true that the Gu family's adopted daughter climbed into her future brother-in-law's bed. This is headline news. Gu Wenin is so shameless. Seeing this, Gu Ziyin thought to herself, he pleading a few words in front of Yao Kuan. The effect is not bad. This time it was him who exposed you back then. It has nothing to do with me. The guide Xiaobai grumbled. She clearly called you here. Why is she acting like such a white lotus? Hearing this, Anin calmly replied, "Young Master Shin, I think you misunderstood. You're not worthy of sleeping with me. The one qualified to sleep with me should be the young master of the Mo family." Hearing this, the onlookers all burst into laughter. The young master of the Mo family shouted, "The Mo family holds the key to the emperor's life. What kind of daydream is this woman having? I think she's gone mad." Tian Shin didn't wait for his heart to twist. Mental disorder. Hearing this, Gu Ziyin also thought, she's gone mad. Well, Anin continued to dig your own grave. She then turned to Anin and said coyly, "Sister, even if you want to vent, you shouldn't degrade yourself like this." Gu Ziyin was thinking smugly. Guinan's heart was twisted, spouting nonsense. She dared to mention the young master of the Mo family to degrade herself. What shocked everyone was, at this moment, Mo Ihan actually appeared. He asked, "Miss Guinan, how are you degrading yourself?" Mo Ihan made a dazzling entrance. The people attending the concert were surprised. They didn't expect the young master of the Mo family to attend today. Gu Ziyin was also delighted. She didn't expect to be so famous that young Master Mo would personally attend her concert. She quickly tried to flatter him, saying, "Young Master Mo, mine is ignorant. She has tarnished your reputation. Please don't take offense. I've reserved the best seat for you." Before she could finish speaking, Mo Ihan ignored her. He walked past her directly to Guinan. He embraced Anin, saying to her, "Baby, did you sleep well that night?" He smirked, thinking, "Didn't you say you slept with me? Let's see how you handle this." The crowd below, seeing this scene, erupted in chaos. No way, young Master Mo is actively flirting with a woman? Guinan and the young master of the Mo family are really together? Gu Ziyin was secretly displeased, thinking, how did Guinan hook up with Mo Ihan? I've worked hard to create the image of a genius, beautiful violinist, and I've only managed to hook up with the Shin family. What does she have? The scene changed. She said to Anin, "Sister, you've been kept by him? No wonder a few days ago, I saw you entering and leaving a mansion with a man. How will you face people in the future?" Her fiancé, young Master Shun, also chimed in, "She's shameless. She climbed into my bed. Young Master Mo, don't be fooled by this shameless woman." Hearing this, Mo Han became a bit angry. "It's not your turn to dash." Before he could finish, he was interrupted by Guinan. The bold Anin suddenly grabbed his tie, pulled him close, and kissed him directly. Mo Ihan was momentarily stunned, his heart racing. Thump thump. After a while, Anin finally let go. She glanced at him, then turned to Gu Ziyin and said with a smile, "Yes, it's a kept relationship, but I'm the one keeping him." Muinen actually dared to claim that she was keeping the young master of the Mo family, Mo Ihan. The onlookers fell silent in shock. Gu Ziyin was also surprised, pointing at her speechlessly. The bold and shamelessly continued to stroke the chin of the man behind her, saying, "Also, the mansion is my investment. I have the freedom to look at any man I want." Hearing this, Mo Ihan became embarrassed and angry. He grabbed her arm and said as they walked, "In public like this, don't you know how to be embarrassed? Come here." The media who originally came to attend Gu Ziyan's concert all caught wind of this and rushed towards them. This was shocking news. Guinan and Mo Ihan confirmed their relationship. Big news, big news. Quick, go prepare. Gu Ziyin and her fiancé were left standing awkwardly. Shin Yao Kuan could only comfort her. "Ziyin, this is still your concert after all. Go prepare quickly." Gu Ziyin was furious inside, but then she thought, no, and is using my event to steal my spotlight. Just wait, the real show is yet to come. Today, I'll settle both new and old scores. I'll make you fall. Meanwhile, on the other side, Anin, who had been dragged backstage by Mo Ihan, she pressed against him and asked, "You humiliated me that night. Today, in front of everyone, you want to do it again?" Anin was confused and said to him, "Humiliate? According to my understanding of human behavior, that night you slept with me, I paid you. Isn't that taking advantage of you? Don't worry, I'll take responsibility for you." Hearing this, Mo Ihan's face darkened. He thought, doesn't Anin misunderstand what taking responsibility means? Before he could speak, Anin moved closer to him, gently touching his lips with her finger. She said, "Don't rush. That was just the appetizer. There's a big show today. It's definitely worth watching." Mo Ihan replied, "What trick are you planning now?" Anin moved even closer to his face. She whispered, "I just need to recharge a bit first," and kissed him again. This time, Mo Ihan seemed to accept it automatically. He was about to raise his hand to embrace her, but before he could react, Anin pushed him away and stood up to leave. She playfully said, "Not bad. Thanks. Time's running out. Let's go watch the show." Mo Ihan was stunned. He was caught off guard. He held his head, thinking he must be crazy. After that, Anin went to the theater's main hall. The performance was about to begin. The host said, "Let's welcome the beautiful violinist, Miss Mu Ziyin." Suddenly, Mu Ziyin grabbed Anin backstage and said, "Anin, my piano accompanist had an accident. Can you replace him?" She pretended to be pitiful and said, "Please, today only you can save me." Anin heard this and knew she must have some hidden agenda, but she calmly agreed. She thought, she's digging her own grave. Isn't it interesting? The two went on stage to prepare for the performance. Du Ziyin's lips curled into a slight smile. She was ready to see and embarrass herself. She thought, the piano has been tampered with. Soon, everyone will witness her incompetence. She even imagined that by the end of the decade, the young master would speak highly of her. Meanwhile, Mo Ihan was sitting in the VIP seats with Shun Yaokuen, watching the performance. Shun Yaokuen said, "The women who pursue me are always excellent. My fiancée, who is both talented and beautiful, is even rarer. Even so, she's beyond reproach." The Shun family's eldest son was showing off while secretly glancing at Mo Ihan. He thought, the Mo family always outshines us Shuns, but at least my woman is better than yours. The young master Mo sitting across from him calmly picked up his teacup, took a sip, and replied, "Young Master Shin has always been poor at identifying treasures. This time is no exception." Hearing this, Shin Yaokuen was somewhat displeased. "Are you saying that adopted girl from the countryside is better than Ziyin? I really admire young Master Mo's taste. She's not even qualified to be Ziyin's foil." Mo Ihan's eyes turned cold. He said, "Is that so? Then let's wait and see." The performance began. Guanin played the piano smoothly, perfectly complementing Gu Ziyin's violin. The music was melodious and pleasant. Gu Ziyin couldn't understand. She glanced at her secretly, wondering why she wasn't making mistakes, and was even playing more smoothly than usual. Guanin seemed to sense her gaze and looked up at her. She even smiled at Gu Ziyin. Seeing this, Gu Ziyin's face suddenly changed. Could she know something? But even so, how could she possibly handle a faulty piano? Surprisingly, Anin played this tampered piano without any mistakes. The rhythm was even faster than usual. Her fingers moved nimbly across the piano keys. The speed and difficulty were so high that Du Ziyin, playing the violin beside her, couldn't keep up with her rhythm. The concert now seemed to be her show. In the audience, the seasoned music lovers who came to attend the concert were in an uproar. They recognized that this rhythm was actually that legendary piano piece, which was said to be unplayable by anyone after the top pianist, Joseph's Story. And it continued to play, completely immersed. She was now so absorbed that no sound could affect her. She skillfully combined the melody with the original accompaniment, creating a seamless performance. The audience praised it as a masterpiece. Bravo! Guanin, a genius pianist, has emerged. The concert became extraordinary due to her appearance. As the piece ended, Gu Ziyin incredulously questioned her. "Guanin, what trick did you use?" What she couldn't see was the guide Xiao Bai, proudly saying, "All the world's music pieces are stored in an ANS chip, ready to be accessed, mixed, and used. The algorithm is precise, avoiding the broken keys." Gu Ziyin thought she had it all figured out, but how could breaking a few piano keys stump her? In the VIP box, Shun Yaokuen watching their performance, jumped up and exclaimed in shock, "How is this possible? This is played by that useless adopted daughter." Mo Ihan, however, sat in his seat, watching as if it were a show. He coldly replied, "Are you sure this is your fiancée's show? I hear her as merely an accompaniment." After a pause, he sneered, "No, she's not even qualified to be an accompaniment." Hearing this, Shun Yao Kuin's eyes turned cold. He had nothing to say and thought to himself that Gu Ziyin was too useless. As Guanin and Gu Ziyin came off stage after the performance, the media swarmed around. Everyone who heard this stunning piano piece crowded around to interview Anin, asking why her piano skills were so high yet never revealed before. Anin could only innocently reply, "We have a rule at home. I can't say without my family's permission." With this bombshell news, the focus suddenly shifted to the Gu couple who came to watch the performance. The media aggressively interviewed them, asking, if Guanin is clearly more talented, why was she hidden? Is there some unspeakable family feud or injustice in the Gu family? Their words were sharp, afraid of missing any big news. They then questioned Gu Ziyin. "A video circulated online of you deliberately falling downstairs to frame your sister. Was it really intentional suppression?" For a moment, the Gu family was at a loss for words, overwhelmed by the situation. And then, watching from the side, thought to herself, "It's not enough. I need to help them dig deeper." Just then, Gu Ziyin came to An's side. Her expression was a bit unnatural. She pushed An while walking and said, "Sister, I didn't know you played the piano so well. Come say a few words to everyone, to avoid misunderstandings." This ruthless White Lotus thought to herself, "Luckily, I had a backup plan. When the light fixture falls from above the stage and crushes An, it will shift the focus. There's still time to turn the situation around." Guanin smirked and said, "All right." She already knew what was going on. Leaning close to Gu Ziyan's ear, she whispered, "You brought this fire to your own doorstep. I won't hold back." As soon as she finished speaking, she took a step back. She turned and switched positions with Gu Ziyin. Gu Ziyin realized something was wrong. She let out a cry, but her body was lightly touched by and surprisingly, she couldn't move. At that moment, there was a cracking sound. The stage light fixture loosened. It fell directly from above her head. The falling speed was so fast, it was irreversible. Gu Ziyin screamed. The accident happened. The scene instantly became unbearable to watch. Anin, who had stepped back, watched this scene. She coldly remarked, "This is called reaping what you sow. The play you directed yourself? Is it enjoyable?" As mentioned earlier, the White Lotus Gu Ziyin had intended to frame her sister Guanin, but was seen through by Anin and suffered the consequences. The stage light fixture she had personally tampered with crushed and broke her leg. In front of everyone, even the media attending the concert were shocked. At this moment, the weakened Gu Ziyin lay on the ground, unable to move. In the midst of unbearable pain, she didn't forget to tell her colluding mother not to let the live broadcast be interrupted. Despite her severe injury, she insisted on dragging Anin down with her. Her mother, seeing her own daughter injured like this, nodded vigorously and promised, "Mom will definitely help you get revenge." She then turned to the media below and improvised, "Continue the live broadcast. I know Gu, Anin is the culprit. She snuck backstage before the performance and tampered with it." Her words were fierce. She then said to Anin, "You're so vicious. It was indeed you who wanted to harm Ziyin." Guanin looked at the woman in front of her, who seemed like a mad dog biting people indiscriminately. She calmly replied, "Chun-Yi, everything needs evidence. Where's the evidence? It's clearly Gu Ziyin who failed in her scheme." She thought to herself that Chun-Yi's ability to spout nonsense was getting stronger and stronger. Chun-Yi continued, as if she had something up her sleeve, "I have a witness." She pointed at a man. "He's a backstage staff member. He saw it." The man came forward, nodded, and said, "Yes, I can testify." At this point, the situation reversed again. The cameraman below hesitated and asked the director, "Should we continue broadcasting?" The director waved his hand, indicating of course to continue. The audience had grown to tens of millions. Such an exciting drama of family feud was the perfect recipe for high viewership. This was worth it. This staff member who came out from backstage had actually been bribed by the mother and daughter. But unexpectedly, he spoke the truth. It was Gu Ziyin and her mother who asked me to tamper with the light fixture. They planned it together, hoping it would hit Guanin. Even if it didn't hit her, they could still accuse her of trying to harm Gu Ziyin. The audience below immediately burst into an uproar, finding it unbelievable. Even Gu Ziyan's fiancé stood up, his face grim. Hearing this, Gu's mother quickly cursed. "You madman! What nonsense are you talking about?" The man was also somewhat shocked. "How did he say that?" He continued uncontrollably. "Mrs. Gu, the 100,000 you promised me earlier, you must keep your word." Mrs. Gu saw that this person seemed to have lost his mind and just wanted him to leave quickly. Unexpectedly, the female lead Guinan not only had max intelligence and full combat skills, but she could also easily summon winning gadgets. She had just used a truth spray in advance, making this tool person, who had been arranged by Gu Ziyin and her mother to frame her, speak the truth. Guinan thought to herself, since they want to put on a show, she would naturally play along to the end. The audience would be even more thrilled. At this moment, the audience was buzzing with discussion. This family feud drama was even more exciting than a TV series. Who was trying to frame whom? The keyboard warrior's stance suddenly shifted towards an again. They said, "Guinan is so talented, maybe that person was telling the truth." Seeing the situation developing unfavorably for them, the parents tried to turn the tide. They continued to cry out loudly, "He's slandering us. My daughter is injured like this. Everyone witnessed it. We, mother and daughter, are the victims." The audience, hearing this, thought it seemed reasonable too. At this moment, there was chaos below. Who was lying? Then Guinan stepped forward. She spoke slowly. Her thoughts were clear, her voice cold. As Chunyi just said, she knew before the performance that I would harm my sister. Then why didn't she stop it beforehand? Why wait until after Gu Ziyin was injured to come out and accuse me? Weren't you afraid your precious daughter might get hurt before? Or were you trying to frame me, but ended up hurting your own daughter instead? The woman who was just standing there was suddenly speechless. The onlookers also exclaimed, "That makes sense. So this is Gu Ziyin and her mother persecuting their genius adopted daughter, Guinan, and it backfired." At this time, Chunyi continued to argue. "You all don't understand. She's my personally adopted daughter. Why would I want to harm her?" Just then, a voice suddenly started playing through the hall speakers. It was the recording of Xiao Jie's voice when she and Gu Ziyin were arguing in the warehouse. They heard Xiao Jie angrily saying to Gu Ziyin at that time, "Who helped you kidnap Young and in back then, causing her mother to die of depression? If she wasn't still alive, who would be your blood donor? Your wealth and status are stolen. Even your life is stolen." Mo Ihan, who was watching from upstairs, couldn't help but stand up in anger when he heard this. The cameraman and director nearby were stunned. The live broadcast was now at its peak. Seeing everyone's shocked expressions, Guinan continued to speak to the mother and daughter on the ground. "Why harm me? Because I'm the real eldest daughter of the Gu family. You thought only by silencing me forever could you cover up your past evil deeds." The audience finally saw the truth. So, the vicious Gu Ziyin and her mother were trying to silence her permanently. The broadcast director quickly wanted to add fuel to this exciting plot. The camera zoomed in for a close-up of the vicious mother and daughter. Gu Ziyin, unwilling to give up, tried to defend herself. "No, Xiao Jie in the recording is crazy. Her words can't be trusted." Guinan thought Gu Ziyin must be desperate and replied, "If her words can't be trusted, surely your words in the recording can be? Or is sister crazy too?" Hearing this, Gu Ziyin's eyes filled with tears. She could no longer argue. She turned to look at her fiancé, Shun Yao Kuan, thinking to grasp at the last straw. With a pleading voice, she said, "Yao Kuan, you'll believe me, right? This is all Gu and Anne's scheme to frame me. I didn't try to kill her to silence her. You won't be fooled by her, will you?" At this moment, Shun Yao Kuan's expression was somewhat embarrassed after hearing her words. This woman, with her leg crushed, lying on the ground, was pleading her innocence to her fiancé, saying she didn't try to kill anyone. Yet her fiancé was coldly observing, about to break off their engagement. In the previous episode, it was mentioned that the vicious and scheming Gu Ziyin was finally exposed by the protagonist Guinan. At this moment, Mo Han, sitting in the VIP box, also mocked Gu Ziyin's fiancé, Shin Yao Kuan, as expected of young Master Shin's taste. "The level of viciousness and shamelessness of your fiancé is truly astounding. Shin Yao Kun was already extremely annoyed, and after Mo Han's comment, he felt that the last of his sympathy had been thrown away by his fiancée. He directly said coldly to Gu Ziyin, who was crying and pleading on the ground, "I was blind. Our engagement is off. I never want to see you again. You disgust me." Gu Ziyin collapsed upon hearing this. Everything she had carefully built up was shattered today. She went crazy, cursing loudly. "No, Gun, I'll kill you. I'll kill you." Seeing this, Gu's father hurried over, thinking he couldn't let the Gu family lose more face. He brought people to quickly clean up this mess. He sternly said to those on stage, "Stop this nonsense. Ziyin must be delirious from blood loss. She's talking nonsense. Quickly, take her away for treatment. Others, help the madam back to rest." The physically and mentally broken Gu Ziyin was carried away. Even so, she still irrationally shouted at Gu Inen, "Kill her! Help me kill her!" After dealing with Gu Ziyin, Gu Su walked to Anan's front. With an unpleasant face, he said to her, "You're also a daughter of the Gu family. Now the Gu family has become everyone's laughingstock. Your actions have made this known to everyone. Are you satisfied now?" Hearing this, Guanin calmly asked him what he planned to do. Xiaobai beside her became sullen and muttered, "Where were you when they came out to frame an earlier? So biased." Gu Su coughed twice. For such face-losing matters of the Gu family, he only wanted to minimize the issue. He then tried to persuade Anin that was all over 10 years ago. After all, they're your adoptive mother and sister. Within the family, let's not delve deeper. Unexpectedly, this uncle only wanted to smooth things over, being so selfish. Xiao Bai was indignant hearing this, treating a criminal case as a family matter. He doesn't consider Anin family at all. At this moment, their conversation was interrupted by Gu Ziyan's fiancée, Shun Yao Kun. However, after what just happened, this fence-sitter had already canceled the engagement. He eagerly changed his tone, saying, "Miss Gu, I felt you were special from the first moment I saw you. It was all because Gu Ziyan blinded me that I misunderstood you. Please give me a chance to get to know you again." Mo Han also stepped out to join in. He had mocked Shin Yao Kun for being blind earlier. Now he put his arm around Anin, as if declaring his ownership, and said disdainfully, "Truly bright eyes wouldn't be fooled. Miss Gu Anin and I have an appointment. Young Master Shun, please excuse us. You must have never seen this domineering AI girl who has made the cold and powerful young Master Mo's heart flutter. She even said to him, 'I'm hungry. I want to bite someone to replenish my energy.' Originally, it was because Mo Han had just helped him by lying that they had an appointment. He brought her to the backstage storage room. Guanin asked, 'I don't remember having an appointment with you.' Mo Han didn't answer her question. He directly asked, 'I've long known everything about your background. Today's show wasn't surprising to me, but that staff member's behavior was strange. His testimony for you doesn't seem like a simple bribe. What method did you use?' Anin was stunned. She didn't explain, but directly approached Mo Han. She said to him, 'I didn't expect young Master Mo to be so smart. Having you as my charger isn't a loss.' She boldly reached out her hand, wanting to touch the man to replenish energy. Mo Han was again affected by this strange feeling. Feeling a bit itchy, he asked Anin, 'What are you trying to do?' Anan's small hand lingered on him. She whispered, 'I used a lot of energy earlier. I'm hungry.' Suddenly, she realized the charger in front of her seemed a bit off somewhere. She seriously asked, 'Do you want me to help?' The domineering young Master Mo blushed. He leaned his head closer, not wanting to meet her direct gaze, and said awkwardly, 'Don't push your luck.' Anin seemed to not understand, hugging his neck and smiling. 'Overheating can cause problems. I don't want my charger to malfunction.' Mo Han saw her continue to joke around. As she approached him, he pushed Anin away. His voice was a bit hoarse. 'Enough, I can handle it myself.' He turned around, adjusted his clothes, and fled in a hurry. Anin watched his rapid departure, thinking how a grown man could be so concerned about his chastity. Her guide Xiao Bai chuckled beside her. 'Encountering someone as aggressive as you? I'd be scared too.' After Mo Han left, Xiao Bai reminded Anin, 'By the way, Gu Jingting took those two women away. He'll definitely protect them in the future.' Hearing this, Anin wasn't worried. She calmly said, 'Let the public opinion ferment a bit more. They'll only feel the pain when it burns them.' At this moment, the woman locked in the mental hospital shouted angrily at the protagonist, 'Guanin, it's all your fault. It's all because of you.' And it didn't get angry. She calmly replied, 'You shouldn't speak nonsense. I remember it was Gu Ziyin who sent you here.' The confined woman was furious. Hearing this, she continued to speak disrespectfully. 'None of you Gu family are any good. When I get out, I won't spare any of you." Guinan laughed. She crouched down to look at this ridiculous woman putting on a brave front and said, "When you get out, who can take you out? Your mother has passed away. As for your father, he hasn't even visited you once." Xiao Jie, hearing this, didn't dare to reply. Could she know something? And then saw her expression change with concern. She directly and mercilessly spoke for her. "You know the reason, don't you? Because your father's future is far more important than you." Each of her words heavily struck Xiao Jie's ridiculous self-esteem. "No one will come to get you. You're not actually stupid. There's no possibility of getting out." And then saw that Xiao Jie was completely broken down. Her last hope had completely collapsed. She then persuasively said to her, "At this point, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Don't you want these people who hurt you, who look down on you, to get their comeuppance?" Xiao Jie, locked in the mental hospital and deprived of light for so long, couldn't hold back anymore upon hearing this. She became more sensitive and fragile. She wanted to get out. She wanted them all to end up in the same situation as her. Guinan saw that her provocation had worked. She continued to say to this woman kneeling on the ground, both hateful and pitiful, "Good. If that's the case, as you wish. Let's make a deal." Hearing this, Xiao Jie just wanted to grasp at the last straw of hope. She revealed everything, all the evidence of Gu Ziyan's previous conspiracy with her to frame Anan. She spilled it all. After leaving the mental hospital, Anan's guide Xiao Bai raised a question. "We've got Xiao Jie's stuff. What are you going to do next?" Anan adjusted her sunglasses and replied casually, "The fish have been swimming free for long enough. It's time to cast the net." This man had been wearing a green hat for 20 years. The daughter he was so proud of was actually born from an affair with her brother-in-law. At this moment, on the Gu family's mansion, some angry keyboard warriors had scrawled graffiti all over it. It was unbearable to look at. Even the servants in the house couldn't stand it anymore and wanted to quit. Now when they went out, people would point and curse at them. It was impossible to continue working. Mr. Gu never imagined things would develop like this. He cursed at his daughter and wife. This scandal had spread throughout the city. Now people were too scared to stay here. "Do you know how much trouble you've caused?" Hearing this, the White Lotus mother-daughter pair of the Gu family immediately put on a pitiful act. The scheming stepmother began to explain to her husband. The previously broadcast recording was just Ziyin speaking rashly. She already knew her mistake. Moreover, she was injured like this pitiful enough. The Gu family's current situation, known to all, was a loss of face. It was all because of that and in not letting us have peace. Gu Ziyin also started to play on emotions, echoing, "Dad, if he reports us to the police and we get arrested, you'll be left alone. He wants to tear our family apart." Hearing this, Mr. Gu's tone softened a bit. He sighed and replied, "All right. Although the Gu family business is affected a bit, I won't let you get arrested. I still have money to smooth things over for you afterwards." At this moment, unexpectedly, Guinan entered. As soon as she entered, she coldly said to the man inside, "Dad, you really have a Buddha's heart. You're willing to squander the family fortune for someone else's child." The vicious stepmother, hearing this, angrily replied to Guinan, "You've come to cause trouble again. Haven't you done enough harm to the Gu family?" But Mr. Gu asked and somewhat puzzledly, "What do you mean?" "Dad, you shouldn't speak carelessly." Guinan walked up to him, directly placing a document before his eyes, and continued, "This is the DNA paternity test for you and Sister Ziyin." "Dad, please look carefully." Mr. Gu was extremely surprised, as if he wanted to drill holes in those few pages with his eyes. He asked in disbelief, "Ziyin is not my biological daughter? How is that possible?" At this, the mother-daughter pair hurriedly defended themselves. "How could that be possible? It's fake. Guinan, you're trying to frame us again." But Anan raised her chin and took out an old notebook. Her next words left Gu Ziyan's mother speechless. She read out the contents of the notebook word by word, which clearly recorded her evil deeds. She not only had an affair, but was also eager to become the mistress. However, she needed a child as leverage. Unbelievably, because she couldn't get pregnant, she had an affair with Xiao Jie's father to conceive Ziyin. She then continued to collude with the Xiao couple to kidnap Anan, causing An's birth mother to die from depression, so she could enter the family. This notebook was obtained earlier from Xiao Jie. Each and every evil deed of this vicious woman was recorded in the diary. This was originally the leverage that Xiao Jie's mother gave him before she died. Unfortunately, they turned on him and sent him to a mental hospital. So Xiao Jie, grasping at Gu and in as a lifeline, would certainly not let these two off either. Mr. Gu was stunned to hear this, never imagining he had been cuckolded for so many years. Even Gu Ziyin, for all her calculations, never expected her background to be so absurd. At this moment, seeing Gu and expose all the shameful things she had done, one by one, with solid evidence, this vicious stepmother, as if possessed, lunged directly at Guanin. Without a word, she tried to destroy the evidence. The stepmother, as if mad, tore up the evidence of her affair and let out a triumphant laugh. Ha ha ha, she pointed at the female lead and said, "Without evidence, you're just making things up." But she didn't expect Gu and Anne's calm reply. "What you tore up was just a copy. I've already handed the original to the police and had it forensically verified. To deal with this vicious stepmother, and it had naturally been prepared long ago and had taken precautions." Seeing her plan fail, this woman immediately fell to her knees before her husband, begging for mercy, still trying to make the man believe her. At this moment, Mr. Gu stood silent, seemingly shaking with anger. Unexpectedly, and then said to Gu Ziyin and her mother, "I will release all physical evidence to the media. You'll see it soon." Hearing this, the two couldn't believe that Gu and would go this far. The man standing to the side became furious. With so many scandals exposed, the Gu family had lost all face. He directly raised his foot and kicked towards the woman he once loved dearly. He yelled, "You poisonous woman! You've torn my family apart." Without waiting for Gu and to act, he turned and ordered people to hand them over to the police. Afterwards, as if somewhat confused, he held in Anne's hand. He said, "Anin, when you were kidnapped and your mom passed away, I saw that she was your mom's sister, so I married her." Mr. Gu's tone softened. "Who knew she would be so vicious? I've been deceived for so many years. You don't blame Dad, do you?" However, the guide, Little White, holding the script, couldn't help but comment. He was already having an affair with his sister-in-law when the host's mother was alive, but now he's washing his hands clean of it. And then heard this and replied, "Of course I don't blame Dad. I'll stay at home for a few more days." Even though she appeared calm on the surface, she had already planned her next move internally. She continued, "I'll spend some good time with Dad." A day passed. In the evening, some people were sneaking around suspiciously. At this time, Anna was standing on the second floor, waiting for the fish to take the bait. Little White glanced at the figure downstairs and asked in an uncertainly, "Isn't that Chen Xiao's lover, Xiao Donghai? You just released the information, and he took the bait right away?" And then explained, hearing the news, of course he'd rushed to save the rich woman he's been with for over 10 years. Little White was still confused. But why lure him here? Since Mr. Gu already knows the truth, why not just hand the mother and daughter over to the police? And then shook her head and said, "Gu Jinting is not an innocent victim who was kept in the dark. Back then, when he slept with Chen Xiao, how could he not take precautions? He already had doubts about whether Gu Ziyin was his biological daughter. Seeing that the daughter could bring him benefits, he went along with acknowledging her. To Gu Jinting, relatives and daughters are just tools." And then continued, "So he won't report to the police, and he'll try to cover this up." Saying this, and then pushed open the door. She thought it was about time to go help her poor father. The scene cuts to Mr. Gu's room. Sure enough, Mr. Gu was busy trying to find ways to cover up this matter, working himself into a frenzy. Unexpectedly, Guanin arrived. Hearing Anne's voice, he immediately hung up the phone, and then entered and said softly, "Dad, you're still up so late. Are you worried about the company?" Mr. Gu feigned concern and replied, The broken funding chain this time has a big impact on our family." Suddenly, he eagerly said to Anin, "Oh right, I remember you have quite a few properties. At this moment, could you help Dad by putting them up to solve this urgent crisis?" Anin nodded, "Of course." She indicated that she would go count the accounts and that she would also handle her assets to contribute tomorrow. Hearing this, Mr. Gu immediately left, saying, Good. I'll go to the study right away to count things up." Little White, left behind, was a bit stunned. And then, "You're not really going to help this man, are you?" And then continued calmly, "He thinks by cutting off my finances, no one can interfere with his manipulation of public opinion and cover up the truth. But have you heard of Cheong Xunyalin? Even the coldest and most shameless men have their limits." At this moment, Mr. Gu arrived at the study and ran into Xiao Donghai and Chen Xiao. This adulterous couple, along with Gu Ziyin, were planning to take his money and run. The adulterous couple was about to take the money and flee. Unexpectedly, with a click, the previously dark study suddenly became bright. The lights were turned on. The man who entered, seeing the scene before him, shouted angrily, "What are you doing?" Gu Jingting was furious and yelled, "Quick, someone catch these thieves!" He shouted at them angrily. Luckily, Anin asked me to come check on the projects. "You're so despicable. At this point, the lover, seeing the situation was beyond salvage, grabbed a nearby candlestick. He was ready to fight Gu Jingting to the death. This lover of Gu Jingting's wife, Qiao Donghai, raised his hand and said, "My wife and child have been with you for so many years. You should die." As the weapon in his hand was about to strike, Gu Jingting quickly seized it. His anger continued to rise as he cursed back. "Adulterer, poisonous woman, you've deceived me for so many years and now want to steal my property. You're the ones who should die." Gu Jingping roared. "None of you will leave here alive today." He swung the sharp object directly at Xiao Donghai. Chun Xiao and her daughter Gu Ziyin, seeing the two men fighting so violently and the bloody scene, were instantly filled with terror. They frantically tried to escape while shouting for help. They ran out of the room, trying to call for help, but to their surprise, the servants in the house had already been sent away by an inn. The main door was locked. They banged on the door trying to leave, but couldn't open it. Trying to find external help, they took out their phones but found they couldn't make calls. Even the landline had been cut. How can this be? As the mother and daughter were in a panic, Guanin calmly walked down the stairs, saying in a low voice, "I heard there were thieves in the house. We need to be careful. So I've already locked all the doors in the house. The signal in this area has also been blocked." Hearing this, Chun Xiao only wanted to save herself. She began to lie shamelessly again. Kneeling, she apologized to Anin, telling her, "When you were kidnapped back then, it was your dad who ignored your mom, which led to her depression and suicide. During that time, I was always by her side, comforting her." Faced with the crazed Gu Jingting, she had no other choice but to kowtow to Guanin, begging for help. Hearing this, Anin crouched down and asked, "You comforted my mom?" Her eyes turned cold. She continued to speak to this woman who was desperately pleading and fabricating facts. "When I was kidnapped back then, you actually lied to my mom that I was already dead." As she spoke these cruel words, she also maliciously accused her of not taking good care of her own child. "So this is how you comforted my mom. Do you think she committed suicide or was driven to suicide?" Hearing this, Chun Xiao could no longer defend herself. Her voice even began to tremble. She asked Anin in disbelief, "How did you know?" The man rushed out furiously, wanting to kill his wife and daughter. He said to the woman who had cheated on him for 20 years and now wanted to steal money and run, "You bitch. It's your turn now. Go reunite with your lover in hell. Trying to steal my money and harm me? You're asking for death." With a loud bang, Gu Jingting's weapon mercilessly struck his second wife, Chun Xiao, on the forehead. Gu Ziyin, standing nearby, let out a terrible scream. With a thud, her mother Chun Xiao fell down helplessly in front of her. Gu Jingting, as if gone mad, revealed a ferocious face. "Haha, see how you can scheme now." But unexpectedly, just as he was gloating, a cold, sharp pain came from behind. With a poochie sound, his chest began to bleed. He turned his head in disbelief and asked hoarsely, "It's you? Why?" At this moment, Gu Ziyin had lost her mind. As if speaking to her stepfather Gu Jingting, and also as if speaking to herself, she said, "It's all retribution." Suddenly, she stabbed the dagger directly into her own body. She laughed loudly like a madwoman. "Ha, it's all retribution." The two fell to the ground one after another. At this time, Anin, who had been watching from the side, slowly walked up to Gu Jingting. She looked at the man before her, who was reaching out for help in a disheveled state. He called out weakly, "Save me." Anin, quickly call an ambulance. His voice trembled as he continued, "That woman killed your mom. I killed her to avenge you. Quickly save your father." Hearing this, Guanin remained expressionless and asked, "She killed mom. So you knew from the beginning, Dad? You knew Chun Xiao was provoking her every day, but you allowed it, didn't you? Just to make it convenient for you to have an affair." Indeed, Chun Xiao killed mom. But the one who indulged her and gave her the opportunity, the one who drove mom to despair, was you, the real culprit. And then turned away coldly, leaving Gu Jingting immobilized on the spot. He watched his daughters retreating back in despair. "No, anon, don't go. Save me." Whether it was a final memory before death suddenly coming to him, he closed his eyes. He remembered his former wife, Mu Wan-ro. At that time, she was holding the newborn Anin in her arms, saying gently, "Let's name the child Anin. I hope our family will always be lucky and healthy." This vain and heartless man now had tears in his eyes. Only now, when it was too late, did he feel remorse. He muttered to himself, "When did things change? I was sorry." The girl had just finished the storyline of a virtual small world's wealthy family drama a second ago. The next second, a new side story called The First Generation's Proud Princess in Ancient Costume Romance opened. Last time, we said that Gu and finally completed the task of this world. Her revenge was successful. The three members of the Gu family killed each other. Father Gu killed the scheming couple, and then was killed by the ungrateful daughter Gu Ziyin, whom he had raised for 20 years. Gu Ziyin also became mentally unstable due to this incident. The past was directly sealed off. At this time, the guide Xiaobai smiled and said to Anin, "The scumbags have been punished, the truth has been revealed. The mission is perfectly accomplished. We should go now." But unexpectedly, Anin paused for a moment. She replied, "I still have one thing to do." The scene changed, and then came to a cemetery. She came to Mu Wan Ro's tombstone. This was the host's mother. In the host's memories, scenes of this place often appeared. She must have wanted to come and see this place. Hearing An's words, Xiaobai suddenly felt a bit sad. He asked An if she had anything to say to her mother. An shook her head. She didn't know. Human emotions were too complex for her to understand. Perhaps this body wanted to say, "I'm doing well. Mom, rest in peace." An stood quietly in front of Mu Wan Ro's tombstone. The breeze lifted her skirt, merging with the host's memories. Gentle yet sad words unexpectedly came out. At this moment, Xiaobai was shocked and blurted out, "Anin, why are you crying?" "What is crying?" She touched the transparent liquid flowing from her eyes in disbelief. These might be the host's tears. This feeling is bitter yet warm. Afterwards, Anin slowly walked out of the cemetery, but she saw a handsome man leaning against a car outside, as if he had been waiting for her for a long time. Mo Ihan, seeing An's figure, walked towards her and asked, "I heard your family was wiped out, and you're the only one left. What are your plans for the future?" Anin smiled and replied, "Being alone is quite good too. Free and easy, I can do whatever I want." Hearing this, Mo Ihan hesitated. "Do you want to be alone forever?" And in hearing his question, suddenly realized that there was still a charger in this world who wasn't bad to her. She blinked and said, "Oh right, there's still you." Mo Ihan nodded contentedly. "You finally remembered there's still me." Before he could finish speaking, unexpectedly, Anin suddenly kissed him. The man was stunned for a moment. He looked at the girl's soft face. There was a familiar, yet heart-stirring taste. A moment later, Anin let go of him. She turned her head and playfully said to him, "Thank you for this time. When I go back, I'll let the owner repair your bowl." Mo Ihan stood there stunned. Seeing Anin leave without looking back after speaking, he felt a bit embarrassed and annoyed. He covered his face and muttered, "What nonsense is this woman talking about again?" After Anin left, she returned to her main system space. However, strangely, although she had completed this mission, after returning to the main interface, she couldn't connect to the external channel. Suddenly, with a swoosh, the system popped up a command. "Please select the next world's mission within 10 seconds. If the time is exceeded, a random selection will be made. Countdown begins." The system's cold, emotionless voice sounded in her ears. And it thought for a moment, although she hadn't contacted the outside world yet, since that's the case, she might as well carry out the mission first. She gently touched the screen with her fingertips, browsing through the new story she was about to start. "Let's go with this one. Let's play in the ancient imperial court." With a beep, the selection was complete. Starting new side story for you. The first generation's proud princess. A woman, in order to gain power, plotted against the empress and even strangled her own newborn daughter. At this moment, in the cold palace, Zhao Nin, who had just been beaten with 30 lashes, was lying painfully on the ground. There was still a hideous scar on her face, a mark left when she personally led troops to help the emperor before he ascended the throne. She returned triumphantly as a descendant of a noble family. At that time, the emperor was still a young prince. He tenderly caressed her wounded area, swearing with deep affection that he would never betray her in this life and would be with her through life and death. However, at this moment, not only was the Zhao family facing execution, but she herself was also groveling at the feet of the emperor, concubine Shu, and Yuner. This vicious woman, who not only sent away her own month-old daughter, was now pinching her face, revealing the cold-blooded truth word by word. His Majesty, from being an unfavored prince, struggled to ascend the throne. He's most wary of your family's overwhelming merit. She laughed triumphantly. Foolish woman. His Majesty married you only to use your power to help him gain the crown prince position. Even during the days you bravely fought enemies, he was entangled with me every night. Arrogantly, she pinched the chin of the fallen empress before her and said coldly, His Majesty also said that scar on your face as the mother of the nation is a disgrace to him. It's disgusting to look at. Zhao reluctantly argued, "Nonsense. Don't try to sow discord. After His Majesty ascended the throne, he fulfilled his promise and made me empress." Hearing this, concubine Shu laughed coldly. How pitiful. You're still living in a dream? Making you empress was just a temporary measure due to your family's influence. Now that your father has offended His Majesty by pleading for your innocence, my brother has found evidence of treason during a search. Do you think His Majesty, being so meticulous, would miss such a good opportunity? Zhao felt a sense of despair rising in her heart. Her voice trembling, she managed to ask one last question. The Zhao family army has been loyal for generations, sacrificing so much for the country. How could they possibly commit treason? Concubine Shu mocked without changing her expression. But His Majesty only believes what he wants to believe. Now the entire Gu family is to be executed. Today is the day of execution. Guanin trembled with anger, using her last bit of strength like a madwoman to lunge at the woman before her. She cursed loudly, "Ungrateful dog emperor, I'll kill you all." However, she was alone and helpless, now just a pitiful prisoner. She was immediately pinned to the ground and insulted by the guards concubine Shu had brought. "You still want to assassinate the emperor and rebel? I see you don't want to live anymore. Empress, His Majesty told me that the time is ripe now. Today, you're at my mercy." What do you think he meant by that? Concubine Shu's voice echoed in her ears. To think she had given everything, only to end up like this. How does this feel? Zhao couldn't move, her eyes lifeless. Memories of the past flashed through her mind one after another. "Your Majesty, I once believed so much. It was all lies. Father, mother, daughter, I'm sorry I met the wrong person. Not only did I harm myself, but I also harmed the entire Zhao family." Zhao and Anne's nails scraped across the ground. The force left bloody marks on the ground. If there's a next life, she wants this pair of dogs to suffer endless torment and die miserably. Her vision blurred, and Zhao and Anne's breathing gradually stopped. However, her resentment could never dissipate. A cold mechanical voice sounded with a beep. "System connecting. Welcome to the virtual world." The woman lying in the coffin suddenly came back to life. The concubine who had framed her was startled. The emperor standing nearby also showed fear on his face. Just a second ago, this pair of scoundrels was still saying the empress got what she deserved. Now, being buried was her blessing. The next moment, the cold corpse actually opened its mouth and asked, "Such a blessing. Do you want it?" At this moment, Anne's new side story began. Welcome to the new virtual world. Main quest 1. Revenge for Zhao and clear the Zhao family's name. Bonus hidden quest included. Now starting to read host memories. This is a story of a scheming phoenix man and a green tea bitch betraying the original empress. Seeing Zhao suddenly come back to life, the emperor was terrified and wanted to call someone to subdue this monster. The guide Xiaobai, seeing this, gleefully said, "This quick transmigration timing is so awkward. See how you can handle this." Smiled contemptuously. She stepped out of the coffin. "If you've done nothing wrong, you needn't fear ghosts knocking at your door." She mocked the couple. "What guilty deeds have you done to be so scared?" The emperor feigned calmness and said, "The empress was just diagnosed dead by the imperial physician. What evil spirit is this, spreading lies?" Unexpectedly, spoke seriously, making up a story. "I indeed died, but my soul returned to the heavens. I was told that as the mysterious lady, my mission to benefit the mortal world was not complete, so I returned to the human realm." Everyone who heard this couldn't believe it, speechless for a moment. Concubine Shu laughed out loud. "I think you're stupid. If you're the mysterious lady, then I'm the mother empress." Even Xiaobai felt a bit embarrassed. This was indeed a bit too far-fetched from an and shook her head. Whether they believed it or not wasn't important. What mattered was making the public believe. In this superstitious feudal dynasty, a person coming back to life was already legendary. Moreover, with the military power and divine beast ideology, using mythology to create influence was perfect. Xiaobai suddenly understood. "You're setting the stage to seize power." Smiled. "Since the emperor accused the Zhao family of treason, I can't let him down, can I?" Sure enough, in front of the hall, the people who who came for the funeral started murmuring. Legend says the mysterious lady has the power of creation. Come to think of it, before the emperor ascended the throne, it was the empress who personally led troops to victory. Her immortal body, could it really be the mysterious lady reincarnated? Concubine Shu, unconvinced, said, "Don't forget, she murdered my month-old daughter. And I had anticipated this green tea bitch wouldn't give up so easily." She calmly replied, "That day you deliberately invited me over, but when I arrived at your palace, it was empty. How do you know it was I who killed the child?" Concubine Shu unreasonably retorted. "The palace maids on duty said only you visited my palace that day. Who else could it be?" And then stepped closer and questioned. "As the empress, my comings and goings are naturally noticeable. Based on just this, you can determine that I killed someone? Yet you left a month-old princess alone in the palace, causing her to die from neglect. Shouldn't you be held responsible for your lack of care?" Hearing this, the green tea concubine Shu's momentum weakened, and then continued to approach her, her eyes revealing a hint of threat. Perhaps His Majesty should now seek justice for his sister. Thoroughly interrogate your palace staff. Under severe punishment, they will surely reveal the true cause of the princess's death. Find the real culprit for your sister. The green tea concubine, seeing that her act of strangling her own daughter and framing the empress was about to be exposed, immediately acted pitiful and coquettishly told the emperor she didn't want to mention this matter anymore. Hearing this, the emperor told the empress to withdraw first, and then heard this and didn't argue further, smiling as she excused herself. Concubine Shu was furious inside. She didn't expect Anin to be so cunning, faking her death and managing to clear herself of charges. And then returned to her chambers and began to dress up. She asked Xiao Bai to exchange for an ice cream pill, wanting to heal the scars on this body's face. Xiao Bai asked in response, "This item can fix the user's appearance at its best state. And then, are you planning to serve the emperor with your beauty?" And then shook her head. This host fed the dog. The emperor guarded his kingdom and went to war himself, but in the end was despised and tortured to death. These injuries are not worth it. She can be beautiful on her own. Suddenly, with a whoosh, a figure flew in through the window. A man in black knelt before, and unfortunately, "Your Highness, you're safe and sound." But Anin searched through the host's memories and found no trace of this person. After pondering for a moment, she asked who he was. The man in black replied, "I am Mo Ihan, originally of royal blood. Unfortunately, my father was killed by the previous emperor. At 5 years old, I was saved by the Zhao family head. He kept me hidden and raised me. I became a secret guard, protecting him. Until now, with the Zhao family's downfall, entrusted by your father. I intended to come and assist you, but it was too late. I almost let you die in the cold palace. Please punish me, Your Highness." "I see." Anin pondered for a moment, digesting the information. But the name Mo Ihan seemed too coincidental. Thinking of this, Anin spoke to the secret guard, "Raise your head and remove your mask." Mo Ihan obediently complied. He took off his mask, revealing his true face, and then looked at the familiar face. It was indeed him. This system had followed her to the second world. Could the entire system exist in halves? After a moment of silence, she suddenly blurted out, "Take off your upper clothes." The man was startled upon hearing this, and then continued slowly, "Didn't you ask for punishment? Now I want you to take off your clothes." Mo Ihan, kneeling on the ground, was speechless for a moment. A hint of embarrassment quietly rose on his face. The Empress actually asked him to take off his clothes to replenish energy, and then reached out to touch the man's bare skin, along with a tingling electric sensation. Indeed, energy continuously flowed from his body to her. Mo Ihan felt this electrifying numbness, a feeling arising in his heart that was hard to describe. "Your Highness, this is—" and then interrupted him while charging. "Don't speak. This is an order." Her presumptuous hand continued to slide down, and it could feel that the closer she got to the man's lower abdomen, the stronger the energy. This made her think there must be a place with the most abundant energy which could replenish her the fastest. However, Mo Ihan, now touched there, was blushing furiously and even had trouble breathing. He struggled to speak. "Your Highness, please don't go any further," and then stopped her hand and stared seriously at his almost burning face. After looking closely for a moment, she smiled and said, "How can you not handle this much? I haven't even started eating yet." "Eating what?" Mo Ihan's heart skipped a beat upon hearing this. Startled, he turned his head away and softly said, "Please, Your Highness, Can you choose a different form of punishment? And Anne's small hand continued to wander as she said, other physical punishments would be too easy for you. True punishment is what you can endure. Moihan couldn't help but clench his fists. He endured, letting out a few muffled groans, and then saw that he looked like he was about to cry from the punishment. Her expression slowly softened. All right, that's enough for today. But from now on, you'll have an additional task when you're with me. That is, when I need it, you'll serve me like today. This is an order. At this moment, Anin thought smugly to herself, this will make going out so much more convenient. A day later, Anin came to the Imperial Garden for some fresh air. She happened to encounter concubine Shu passing by. Seeing an Anne's figure, the woman hurriedly approached and said sarcastically, Empress, how are you so energetic after just crawling out of your coffin? When Anin heard the voice and turned to look at Su Fei, despite only being apart for a day, the scars on Anne's face had mysteriously disappeared. Her skin was as smooth as jade. Su Fei was shocked at the sight. Was this really Xiaonan? Anin, seeing her terrified expression, slowly spoke, Aren't you going to greet me? Su Fei snapped back to reality and perfunctorily bowed. She never imagined that Xiaonan, usually so plain, could look so striking when dressed up. The sound of footsteps came from afar. Concubine Shu glanced and saw the emperor's figure. This vicious woman wondered if Xiaonan was waiting here to seduce the emperor. Was she trying to gain favor with her beauty? Thinking of this, she gritted her teeth. She couldn't let Xiaonan succeed. So concubine Shu suddenly turned around, bumped into Anin, and with a splash, fell into the water. She struggled in the water, shouting to those on shore, Help! I can't swim! The approaching emperor saw this. He quickly ordered people to rescue her. At this moment, concubine Shu, soaking in the water, thought smugly to herself, I'll just insist that this was all the empress's doing. His Majesty has always disliked her assertiveness. He'll surely take revenge for me. But she didn't know that Anin was now different. Xiaonan wasn't waiting here for the emperor, but for concubine Shu herself. She took the bait even more eagerly than I imagined. Anin thought, since she likes the water so much, let me help her enjoy it more. Concubine Shu, who had deliberately fallen into the water to frame the empress, could never have imagined that in the perfectly normal pond, several water weeds suddenly grew wildly. A chilling voice came from underwater. Mother, I'm in so much pain. I feel so awful. I can't breathe. Could this be the vengeful voice of her strangled daughter? Concubine Shu struggled to reply, Don't come. If you want to blame someone, blame the empress. I had no choice. However, the dark water weeds became more unruly. The ghostly voice echoed in her ears. Mother, I'm so cold. Come down and keep me company. Su Fei choked on several mouthfuls of water, sinking deeper. At this moment, Anin, watching from the shore, slowly spoke. This item called illusion only works on those with inner demons. It's quite suitable for Su Fei. Xiaobai heard this and gloated. Who told her to sacrifice her own daughter for power? She deserves to drown. However, Anin replied with a cold smile. Drowning would be too easy for her. Besides, if she dies, who will torment that scumbag? As she said this, Anin glanced at the emperor standing on the shore, anxiously directing servants to rescue people from the water. She thought, what a passionate emperor. But not going in himself? How can that do justice to concubine Shu's devotion? So Anin flicked her finger and said, Let me help you join her. With a splash, the emperor standing on the shore swayed and fell into the water. Seeing this, Anin laughed coldly. Now this is how a loving couple should be. The emperor, who fell right where concubine Shu was tightly embraced. Seeing this lifeline, concubine Shu refused to let go. But she didn't expect that the emperor only wanted to save himself. He directly kicked her away, and then watched this spectacle, finding it brilliant. A perfect match, a scumbag man for a vile woman. What a divine love. Finally, the two were fished out by the arriving eunuchs. But unexpectedly, concubine Shu was scared out of her wits, muttering ghost, ghost, and still clinging to the emperor's leg, refusing to let go. The palace maid, seeing this, whispered, Concubine Shu seems to have gone mad. Hearing this, concubine Shu became furious. She turned and pointed at Anin, yelling, I'm not crazy. It was the empress who pushed me into the water, causing His Majesty to fall in and injure himself. Empress, can you take responsibility for this? The emperor turned to question unexpectedly, and then immediately teared up, presenting a pitiful image of a wronged woman. Sister Shu suddenly shouted, "Ghost, my daughter!" and jumped into the pool herself. I was also frightened. It's all my fault for not protecting my sister well. Please punish me, Your Majesty. Concubine Shu was shocked. She could actually cry? The emperor softened at this sight. This isn't your fault. But Empress, how did the scars on your face disappear? And then continued to act pitifully. Perhaps because in recent days, I've been thinking of Your Majesty day and night and received a response from heaven. I woke up like this yesterday, seeing the beauty before him. The emperor was moved and pretended to comfort her. It must be the empress's sincerity that moved the heavens. You've just recovered. Let me have someone escort you back to rest. Concubine Shu watched the empress's departing figure, secretly displeased. It was the first time she'd seen His Majesty protect her. She must be here to seduce His Majesty. On the way back, Xiao Bai, who had witnessed everything, couldn't help but bubble. Your act of vying for favor just now gave me goosebumps. And then calmly replied, playing the green tea bitch, isn't something only concubine Shu can do. Besides, do you think I'm competing for a man's favor? What I want is this empire. The empress had just returned to her chambers when she saw that the emperor had sent many gifts. The lead eunuch also conveyed that His Majesty would be spending the night here. Hearing this, Anin immediately started to dress up. Her hidden guard, Mo Ihan, was leaning behind her and spoke gloomily. Is Your Highness so happy about His Majesty's visit? Anin replied without thinking, of course, I must dress up nicely. Hearing this, the young guard suddenly felt displeased and turned away, leaving with the words, then I wish Your Highness early success in dominating the harem, before slamming the door. Anin, left behind, saw his displeased expression and felt an hour later. His Majesty arrived. Mo Ihan, standing outside the Empress's chambers, heard the continuous intimate sounds from inside, and his face darkened. He gritted his teeth, enduring and trembling with anger. At the height of his fury, a familiar voice came, what's wrong? You seem very unhappy. And it appeared before him in white robes, slowly approaching. Mo Ihan was stunned. Empress, shouldn't you be inside serving the emperor? Yet it was still outside, while inside, a woman's gasps could still be heard. And then explained, the maid inside has long been prepared. This time I pretended to be unwell, and she volunteered. I simply granted her wish, and offered her to His Majesty. Hearing this, Mo Ihan was dumbfounded. He had never heard of such a method. So you deliberately put on sick makeup earlier? And then smiled and replied, yes, what did you think? Mo Ihan knelt down, his voice filled with remorse. I misunderstood Your Highness earlier. I am at fault, unexpectedly, and then looked at the man prostrating before her and hooked his chin with her hand. So you were angry thinking I was going to serve him? Why is that? Mo Ihan paused for a moment, then slowly spoke. He's the one who destroyed your family. How could you submit to him? And then nodded. Indeed. Moreover, he thinks I'd eagerly seek his favor just for some rewards. In such men's eyes, women are merely their possessions. Speaking of which, Anin lowered her head closer to Mo Ihan. Though you're also of royal blood, you're completely different from him. You don't dislike touch. Anin smirked, and I'm hungry now. Mo Ihan watched as the Empress drew closer, and softly said, Your Highness, this isn't proper. But it became even bolder, pinning him against a pillar. I told you before, serve me when I need it. This is an order. Mo Ihan's eyes met in Anne's, his gaze flickering. From inside the chamber came the intimate sounds of the emperor and the maid. The guard's thoughts began to wander. What was he thinking? How could he have such thoughts about the empress? It was improper. As the woman drew closer, the man's body temperature rose, and then touched Mo Ihan's skin, feeling the increasing heat at her fingertips. Energy flowed continuously. It seemed there was much to explore in this quick transmigration system. As soon as Anin touched him, Mo Ihan's body began to tremble involuntarily, a tingling sensation spreading throughout. Anin looked at the man kneeling before her with flickering eyes, thinking, how stubborn. Even with his body shaking like this, he's still gritting his teeth, enduring without a sound. Anin continued to caress his flushed face. Don't be afraid. I won't be gentle. A night passed. Mo Ihan lay on the bed with disheveled hair. As morning light filled the room, he slowly opened his eyes. His body felt heavy. Fatigue overwhelmed him as he struggled to sit up. He saw An already at the table, grooming herself. Mo Ihan fully awoke, realizing the Empress had slept with him all night, and noticed the man sitting up and walked slowly towards him, feeling pleased. This guard had provided her with plenty of energy last night. She smiled and asked, "You were great last night. Do you want a reward?" Mo Ihan, his chin held by her, obediently replied, "This servant asks for nothing. Serving your highness is my duty." And was very pleased to hear this, and leaned in to kiss his forehead. However, this light gesture made his heart race again. Several days passed. Thanks to An's introduction, the maid who had the fortune to please the emperor that night became his favorite. In just a few days, she was granted the title of beauty. Consort Shu watched this with intense jealousy. One day, as the emperor was embracing his beloved beauty, whispering sweet nothings, Consort Shu deliberately came to intervene. Using her duty as a consort to advise the emperor, she scolded, keeping his majesty from attending court daily. What punishment does this deserve? Beauty Ying, startled by her outburst, quickly shrank into the emperor's embrace, claiming fear. Before the emperor could speak, An appeared out of nowhere and interrupted. "I recall when Sister Consort Shu was newly favored, she behaved the same way. Why can't Beauty Ying do the same?" She glanced at the emperor and continued addressing Consort Shu. "Besides, both the empire and beauties belong to his majesty. How he enjoys them is his freedom." Hearing this, Consort Shu's face showed displeasure. And ignored her and smiled at the emperor, winking. "Since your majesty likes Beauty Ying, why not grant her a palace? It would reduce gossip in the future." Beauty Ying immediately knelt to thank him. The emperor praised An's gentle wisdom and motherly demeanor. The matter ended with Consort Shu grinding her teeth in anger. Afterwards, Xiaobai couldn't help but wonder why An had intervened. She could have simply seduced the emperor to complete the mission. An replied slowly, "When clams fight, the fisherman benefits. Moreover, the dog emperor is fickle and selfish. Letting him indulge in beauty and neglect state affairs is more beneficial for my future actions." So days passed. As An predicted, Beauty Ying and Consort Shu fought endlessly, employing various palace intrigue tactics. An watched these dramas unfold, finding life more interesting. The most valuable recent news was that Beauty Ying was pregnant, which suited An's plans perfectly. It seemed time to add fuel to the fire. After all, carrying a royal child should come with some privileges. That would make things more exciting. Consort Shu heard that not only was Beauty Ying pregnant, but she had also been promoted to noble consort under the empress's recommendation. In just a few days, she was about to surpass her. Consort Shu's face darkened, and she made up her mind. She must not let this child be born. After a moment of thought, she told a maid she had bribed, "Since noble consort Yin is so favored lately, in a few days, take a bowl of nourishing soup to her on my behalf to gauge the situation." However, this maid was originally from the empress's palace and didn't know how to deliver soup for Consort Shu. Seeing her hesitation, Consort Shu took out a box of gold and silver treasures and explained, "Recently, I had an unpleasant encounter with Yin. Sending my own maid directly might not be well received. As the empress's maid, it's more appropriate for you to speak well of me to her. Besides, you've done many things for me in the past. As usual, working for me comes with rewards." The maid's eyes lit up at the sight of money. She accepted the treasures and quickly thanked her. Seeing the task assigned successfully, Consort Shu inwardly rejoiced. If she could make the empress responsible for noble consort Yin's miscarriage, it would kill two birds with one stone. A few days later, a maid from the palace hurriedly came to report, "Empress, His Majesty summons you to Yin's palace immediately." And then, seeing her rush in, calmly asked, "Why so afraid of going?" The maid replied with a trembling voice, "I heard noble consort Yin has lost her child." Xiaobai couldn't help but comment, "Noble consort Yin miscarried. Why call for you? Is this another scheme?" And then smiled composedly and said, "He finally made his move. Now it's getting interesting." The woman who had just miscarried lay weakly in bed. Consort Shu had already arrived, pretending to comfort her. The emperor, furious, demanded to know why the empress hadn't come yet, and then slowly entered the hall, asking, "What's all this commotion?" As soon as she entered, the emperor angrily said, "Empress, was it you who sent this soup to noble consort Yin?" The kneeling maid was about to explain that it was actually Consort Shu who had sent it, But Consort Shu, playing the victim, interrupted. Your Majesty, this is clearly a trap set by the Empress. Hearing her nonsense, Anin remained calm and said, You claim I harmed noble consortine. Where's your evidence for such an accusation? Consort Shu had already set her trap, waiting for Anin to take the bait. Confidently, she pointed at Anin and said, Today, noble consort Een drank the soup your maid brought and miscarried. Fortunately, I had someone search and found this prescription for miscarriage-inducing soup. Empress, now that you're caught red-handed, what else can you say? Xiaobai grew anxious hearing this. She came prepared. How couldn't An explain this away? But to her surprise, An's expression remained unchanged. If I can't explain, I'll just admit it. She pulled up a chair and sat down. I heard noble consort Een was pregnant, so I sent a nourishing soup. What's wrong with that? Consort Shu continued to accuse. This is clearly a miscarriage-inducing soup. How dare you quibble? An calmly replied, Isn't there still some soup left in the bowl? Let the imperial physician examine it. The emperor quickly called for the physician. Consort Shu didn't know what Anin was up to, but she was confident in her flawless plan. Even if the empress struggled, the soup would still be proven to induce miscarriage. However, she never expected that. After a careful examination by the imperial physician, it was indeed just a nourishing soup that the empress had personally requested from the imperial medical office recently. Hearing this answer, everyone in the room was shocked. Only Anin exchanged a knowing glance with Xiaobai. After all, since Consort Shu had put so much effort into this scheme, it wouldn't do to disappoint her. Besides, now that she had played her part, it was time for Anin to counterattack. Consort Shu never imagined that the usually weak empress would break through her carefully laid plan. At this moment, Anin seized the opportunity to ask, How was Consort Shu so certain earlier that the soup I sent to noble consort Een was a miscarriage-inducing one? And how did you so conveniently find the prescription? Or was this prescription yours all along? And An's tone darkened. So what were your intentions in hiding this miscarriage-inducing prescription? Hearing this, Consort Shu's confidence faltered. She trembled and took a step back. Quickly kneeling before the emperor, she played the victim. Your Majesty, I too have just lost a child. How can the empress make such baseless accusations against me? The emperor, most susceptible to this act, hurried to comfort Consort Shu. Of course I understand your intentions, my love. Don't cry. Please stand up. Seeing Consort Shu clear herself so easily, Anin remained calm. After all, she wasn't the only one who could throw mud at others. So Anin turned to noble consort Een, who had just miscarried, and asked, When I entered, I smelled a fragrance. Is it your incense? Noble consort Een, confused, shook her head. I don't know much about incense. These are all distributed by the palace. Besides, I've never had anyone set up an incense burner. It's strange that this burner suddenly appeared here. Imperial physician, please come and check this. The physician took the incense burner and examined it. This burner contains musk. Musk can induce miscarriage. An feigned sudden realization. So it seems we've found the cause of noble consort Yin's miscarriage. At this moment, Consort Shu and the maid were shocked. This incense burner was the item they had secretly traded 2 days ago. How did it suddenly appear in noble consort Yin's chambers? They both froze, their minds racing, suspecting each other, enacting a scene of dog-eat-dog. The maid finally realized she was just a pawn in Consort Shu's hands. To protect herself, she struck first, firmly accusing Consort Shu. This incense burner belongs to Consort Shu. She wanted to kill noble consort Yin's unborn child and frame the empress. Consort Shu immediately retorted, You're just a lowly maid, spouting nonsense. Which eye of yours saw that this was mine? You're slandering a consort, an unforgivable crime. Seeing the two argue, the emperor picked up the incense burner and examined it. This is a tribute item from last month. I gave it to Consort Shu after the previous month's sacrifice. Hearing this, Consort Shu's face filled with despair. Lying on the bed, noble consort Een heard this and immediately nestled into the emperor's arms, sobbing. No wonder Consort Shu was so eager to execute the maid earlier. She clearly wanted to make her the scapegoat. The emperor's face darkened as he sternly rebuked Consort Shu. What explanation do you have now? Consort Shu hastily defended herself. It must be that maid who stole the incense burner. She's trying to frame me. Hearing this, Anin mocked. How could a mere maid steal an imperial gift? Are you suggesting the palace guards are useless? Where is your Majesty's authority in this? Noble consort Yin chimed in. Consort Shu often visited my chambers. She must have ordered someone to do this. Your Majesty, please seek justice for me. Consort Shu, enraged, pointed at noble consort Yin and shouted, "Nonsense! You're all conspiring to frame me," and then coldly retorted, "Who would kill their own child to frame someone? Besides, Consort Shu, you just said you've lost a child too. You should empathize." Hearing this, Consort Shu was speechless, her body trembling as if recalling some unpleasant memories. The emperor, seeing this, waved his hand and ordered, "Take Consort Shu away. Confine her to her palace for 3 months." The matter concluded with Consort Shu's defeat. Xiao Bai, watching from the side, spat twice. "Serve her right. Well done." And then, "That incense burner was from the secret guards, right? Seems they're quite skilled." And then smiled pleasantly. "It's not over yet. I've prepared a big surprise for Consort Shu. Let's go deliver it now." Furious, Consort Shu raged in her palace. "How dare that empress frame me? Speak of the devil." At that moment, and then pushed open the door. She slowly approached Consort Shu and questioned, "Frame?" Seeing her, Consort Shu pointed and shouted, "The child wasn't killed by me. It was your miscarriage-inducing soup." And then let out a cold laugh. "I should thank you for giving so many rewards to bribe my maid. But since you harbored ill intentions, you must face the consequences, right?" As an approached, Consort Shu stepped back. "What right do you have to accuse me? To frame me, you sacrificed noble consort Yin's unborn child. You'll face retribution too." And then calmly replied, "You should think carefully. How long ago did I send the musk? Why did noble consort Yin miscarry so quickly and conveniently?" And then leaned close to Consort Shu's ear and whispered, "Because the pregnancy was fake all along." Consort Shu was stunned, speechless with shock, and then continued, "Noble consort Yin's plan failed, so she pushed it onto you. Since you were ruthless enough to make the first move, I simply went along and revealed your plan to her. How does it feel to be wrongly accused and schemed against?" Consort Shu. Consort Shu fell to her knees, realizing she had worked in vain, benefiting others instead. She gritted her teeth, blaming the empress for trapping her. Enraged, she lunged at an inn, ready to fight to the death. "I'll kill you," but an easily dodged, stepping out the door. "You flatter me. This isn't even 1/10,000 of how you framed me back then. Enjoy the rest of your life here." And then left gracefully, leaving the confined consort Shu shouting at the palace gates. Before leaving, she turned to instruct the guards. "Consort Shu seems to have gone mad. Watch her carefully." As night fell, Consort Shu, alone in her desolate palace, felt despair rising. But she couldn't give up. She had to get out. Her mind raced through countless possibilities for a comeback. Suddenly, an idea struck her. She suddenly pushed over the nearby candlestick. The flames spread, engulfing the entire palace. She laughed maniacally. Consort Shu laughed loudly. "I won't let you succeed." Seeing the fire, palace staff rushed to extinguish it. They barely managed to rescue Consort Shu. The emperor arrived and saw her stumbling out of the flames. With some pity, he asked, "Consort Shu, are you all right?" Seeing the emperor, Consort Shu fell to her knees and began confessing, "Your Majesty, it's my fault. I didn't understand incense. I gave that beautiful burner to noble consort Yin, not knowing it would harm her. It's all my mistake. Now I deeply regret it, crying every day, repenting before Buddha. I was so tired that I accidentally caused the fire. I deserve death." The emperor embraced the pitiful consort Shu, feeling sympathetic. He comforted her. "It's all in the past. It was unintentional. I don't blame you. Quickly, let the imperial doctor check if you're injured." Consort Shu, seizing the opportunity, looked up at the emperor with teary eyes. "For your Majesty, I die without regret." Her performance succeeded in lifting her confinement and turning the tables. Xiao Bai was furious, crying and making a scene, and he forgives her? Is this dog, Emperor, brainless? And then calmly explained, "It's not that he's stupid. He never intended to punish Consort Shu severely. He enjoys seeing the harem fight over him. Consort Shu knows this, which is why she dares to act recklessly. But her desperate move suits me fine. A corner dog will jump over the wall. The emperor is wary of those who threaten his authority. If Consort Shu becomes more extreme in the future and threatens imperial power, she won't escape so easily next time." Xiao unaware, was upset that Consort Shu, who they had worked hard to bring down, was pardoned by the emperor, and then found his misunderstanding quite adorable. She couldn't help but laugh. This is our emperor's taste. She then hooked Mo Han's chin with her finger. As a member of the Mo family, what kind of women do you like? Mo Han looked up, meeting in Anne's direct gaze. He lowered his eyes and replied, "This servant has never considered such matters. Why does your highness ask?" And then softly responded, "I need your service, but I don't like to force people. So I want to hear your true feelings." Mo Han replied, "Serving your highness is my duty." And then, unsatisfied with his evasive answer, leaned closer. "I'm asking about your personal wishes." Mo Han hesitated before slowly speaking. "This servant doesn't dislike your highness." And then immediately touched him. "So you're willing?" Mo Han, caught off guard, let his imagination run wild. He clenched his fist and asked, "Then why? Is it because of my zodiac? Or does your highness accept any man who suits your taste?" And then, seeing Mo Han's shy and proud demeanor, asked, "Does this matter to you?" She noticed he wouldn't look her in the eye. Sighing, she said, "There are things I haven't figured out yet, but what I know for sure is that I need you now. Only you." Hearing this, Mo Han's body trembled, his heart racing. His face turned red, and he was too nervous to speak. Little did he know, and said this because he was her only energy charger. Seeing Mo Han's temperature rise, and it could feel the man's energy becoming more abundant. She stood up and pushed Mo Han down, wanting to extract more energy from him, and then boldly moved closer. Before Mo Han could react, she pressed against him. "Stay with me tonight." Mo Han, forcefully pinned down, became dazed. No longer resisting, he softly replied, "This servant obeys." Upon hearing that the empress had been unfaithful for quite some time, the emperor angrily threatened to execute her on the spot. Learning about the empress's secret meetings with a man in a separate courtyard, he was furious. Taking the accusing Consort Shu with him, he rushed to catch them in the act. Consort Shu was extremely pleased. She and her recently promoted brother had secretly plotted to ensure the empress would never recover from this. Now that the empress was powerless and her brother held a high position, they insisted on the empress's affair with a guard. She would never be able to climb back up. This all started when Consort Shu turned the tables and regained her freedom. Having tasted defeat, she realized that the emperor's favor alone was far from enough. She needed to solidify her position. So these past few days, back in favor, she whispered many things in the emperor's ear. Soon after, she requested her brother be appointed as imperial censor, wielding great power. Her recent rival was instantly demoted to a palace maid. Hearing this, Xiao Bai became anxious, and it remained calm as usual. Just as she was about to speak, someone outside announced, "His Majesty requests your highness's presence for a discussion." Xiao Bai panicked. Are they making their move? This seems like a trap. And then stood up. She never knew the meaning of fear. "Let's go and see. I want to know what surprise they've prepared for me. We'll see who's the wolf and who's the sheep." And then followed the guide to an unfamiliar palace in a separate courtyard. She questioned the guide. "Usually, it's Eunuch Shan who summons me. Who are you?" The man claimed to be the emperor's guard, replacing Qin this time. Xiao Bai felt something was off. Sure enough, after a few steps, and then caught a whiff of a strange scent. Her head suddenly felt dizzy. In her confusion, she stumbled onto a couch. The guard's expression changed as he reached out with ill intent. "Your Highness, I'm just following orders. Please don't blame me. But to sleep with the Empress, it's worth losing my head." Just as he was about to touch her, Anand's hand shot out with a slap, grabbing him firmly. A masked man in black suddenly appeared before him. He angrily said, "Don't touch her with your filthy hands." Before the guard could react, Mo Ihan kicked him without hesitation. The guard slammed into a pillar, coughing up blood. "Who are you? How dare you trespass? Do you want to die?" Unexpectedly, the seemingly unconscious Empress sat up. She retorted, "It doesn't matter if he wants to die. You should worry about your own safety now." Attempting to harm the Empress, "How should I punish you?" The guard, sent by the vicious consort Shu to frame the Empress for infidelity, was seen through Bayanin. Now lying on the ground, he struggled desperately. "Haha, His Majesty will be here soon. By then, your crime of adultery with me will be proven. Even if you kill me now, it'll be seen as silencing me." And then lowered her head and coldly replied, "Killing you would be a waste. You should suffer a fate worse than death." At that moment, the emperor burst in, furiously shouting, "You slut! How dare you commit adultery?" Guards seized this adulterous couple. As soon as he finished speaking, he took a closer look and was stunned. The scene in the room was different from what he had imagined. The guard who was supposed to be lying naked with the empress was trembling on his knees. Seeing the angry emperor, Anin calmly replied, "Your Majesty, what a coincidence. I was just interrogating a servant. How did this become an affair?" Consort Shu added fuel to the fire. "Don't try to explain. A man and woman alone in a room. Who knows what you were doing? Let this poor guard speak." The guard, not daring to look up, replied with a trembling voice, "The empress seduced me." The emperor believed him without a second thought. Indeed, it was the empress. He waved his hand, ready to throw her in the dungeon. Consort Shu was extremely pleased with the situation, and had anticipated the emperor's foolishness. She changed her expression and slowly asked, "May I ask your Majesty, how could I have an affair with a eunuch?" The emperor was shocked, and then continued, "This person impersonated a guard and deceived your Majesty. If you don't believe me, just have him remove his pants to see." The emperor's face darkened. He was about to order the man to undress in public. However, the truth was unbelievable. The empress was telling the truth. Consort Shu and her brother, who had tried to frame the empress, couldn't understand. He was a normal man just a day ago. Seeing the situation turn, Xiaobai said approvingly, "And in castrating him earlier was wise. For those who intend harm to women, this is the best punishment." The emperor was confused. The castrated man knelt down, pleading, "I'm not lying. A man in black was here with the empress. I caught them, and he castrated me. He castrated me." Consort Shu and her brother continued to push. "This concerns the imperial dignity. It must be thoroughly investigated." And then heard this and replied, "Consort Shu and the imperial censor are right. I request your Majesty to search this courtyard." At the emperor's command, the guards began searching. However, after a while, no man was found. "I received a package. Someone has stolen from the palace." And then exclaimed, pointing at the castrated man, "Isn't this your outer robe? No wonder you're in this courtyard." She then turned to the emperor, "Thank you, your Majesty, for your help. I said I was interrogating a servant. Now we have caught the thief red-handed." Consort Shu and her brother were panicked, realizing they had been outmaneuvered, and then calmly continued, "What a coincidence today. Consort Shu and the imperial censor. How did you know I was in this courtyard? Or, do you have some connection with this thief? Stealing from the palace is punishable by death. If you knowingly broke the law, it's an even greater offense." The truth about the empress's alleged affair was revealed. Seeing their plan fail and fearing consequences, Consort Shu and her brother quickly knelt down, claiming they had received false information and had wasted the emperor's time. The emperor was silent for a moment, then shook his head. "Take this thief away for questioning. The rest of you disperse." Consort Shu watched the emperor leave. "You're lucky this time, Empress. Even though we wronged the emperor, he still believes us." Xiaobai looked at Anin, who was smiling instead of being angry, and asked puzzled, "How can you still smile? Is it over so easily?" They didn't face any consequences. Moehan also emerged from the shadows. "With so many flaws, why didn't you press your advantage, Your Highness? Expose them?" Anin calmly explained. The emperor's attitude was dismissive. He clearly doesn't want to punish them. Since we can't root them out completely, there's no need for unnecessary actions. Hearing this, Moehan's eyes darkened with worry. Won't they become even more arrogant in the future? Unexpectedly, Anin leaned in close. "Are you worried about me?" Moehan was stunned, his gaze wavering as he weakly explained, "Protecting your Highness is my duty." Anin stopped teasing and said calmly, "I want them to be arrogant. The more reckless they become, the more people they'll offend. The higher they climb, the harder they'll fall. I intend to kill them with kindness." She then took out a pre-prepared letter. "Deliver this letter to the Prime Minister for me, and spread the word about today's false accusation against me. A vulnerable empress is seen as a big fish by some, but I decide who's the fish and who's the fisherman." Moehan finally understood. Today's events were your Highness's deliberate plan to fall into their trap. But such calculations are necessary to secure the position in the harem. "Are you truly happy, Your Highness?" Unexpectedly, Anin burst into laughter. "Secure the position? Who cares about being the empress to that dog emperor? What I want is power in the court." Meanwhile, at the prime minister's residence, many court officials who had long been oppressed by Consort Shu's brother Yuqin were secretly meeting to discuss the matter. Now that they knew about the empress being bullied by a consort, they had a legitimate reason to act. In the name of loyalty, they could bring down the Yu siblings with justification. The next next day in court, the prime minister led the officials in impeaching Yu and his sister for colluding with a consort to frame a loyal subject. They demanded punishment according to the law as a warning to others. The court erupted into chaos. The emperor, with a splitting headache, shouted that the matter would be discussed later and was about to dismiss the court. After the court session, Consort Shu heard about this and immediately rushed to the emperor's side to pour out her heart, subtly hinting to the emperor that it was suspicious for the officials to suddenly speak up for the empress. The emperor, being paranoid, frowned upon hearing this, wary of the harem interfering in politics. Consort Shu insisted on this point, inwardly delighted. The empress was surely doomed this time. The foolish emperor, swayed by the scheming consort, began to suspect the empress. And it had just settled in when the emperor grimly questioned her. Today in court, quite a few officials spoke up for you. What does the empress think about this? Anan had anticipated his suspicion and calmly replied, "How would I know about court matters? I'm merely an excuse for the officials." The emperor's expression didn't improve. He continued, "Is that so? Then does the empress truly harbor discontent or perhaps intend to meddle in state affairs?" Consort Shu, hearing this, couldn't help but reveal a smug smile. Unexpectedly, Anan's face suddenly streamed with tears as she looked pitifully at the emperor. "Why does your majesty trouble me so? I don't understand any of this. Besides, I can only rely on your majesty now." Unlike Sister Shu, who is fortunate to have her brother's support. Hearing this, the emperor glanced at Consort Shu. She was instantly alarmed, fearing she might be implicated. She quickly began to act coy. The emperor then comforted them, dropping the subject and leaving with Consort Shu. Xiaobai watched the despicable couple walk away, fuming, and then, seeing this, calmly spoke. The emperor has always been very paranoid, and for the Yu siblings to completely reassure him, they'll only offend more and more officials. This way, I can also gather more support. Consort Shu has chosen a path of no return, and then returned to the palace. Moe Han came back to report after completing his tasks. As your highness predicted, the officials recently offended by the Yu siblings have begun to incite the people. Rumors are spreading. The empress was originally a national hero, and the Yu siblings' mistreatment of her has already caused public outrage. And then smiled and said, "Now the officials need a righteous banner for their careers. I've given the signal, and they're naturally willing to cooperate, using public opinion to bring down the Yu siblings. Only with power can one turn the tables against the odds. If the emperor insists on favoring traitors, he'll naturally bear the consequences." Moe Han was shocked. "Your highness means to seize power and usurp the throne?" And then let out a cold laugh. "What? Are you afraid?" Hearing this, Moe Han quickly denied it. "No matter what, I will follow you." And then reached out and hooked his chin. "Since you're so clever, you naturally understand my meaning." And then leaned in close and whispered, "The few days you were out on business, I was starving." Her fingers traced down his neck. "So you know what to do next, don't you?" Moe Han's face flushed slightly. He obediently began to undo his clothes. "Please enjoy, your highness." Xiaoyin obediently undid his clothes. The empress smirked, and then rose and approached Moe Han, reaching out to touch his skin. Such an obedient good boy. As An's actions deepened, the tense body of the man beneath her gradually relaxed, and it would have another satisfying meal tonight. Meanwhile, at Zuixianglu, Consort Shu's brother had become the emperor's favorite. Arrogant and domineering, he had no respect for anyone. He got into a conflict with General Shen's own son. In his brutality, he accidentally beat the man to death. When General Shun heard of this, he was devastated and filled with rage. He could no longer endure it. His own son had been beaten to death, and the officials in the capital were too afraid of Yu Qin to take on the case. General Shen clenched his fists, gritting his teeth. He had guarded the borders for the emperor all his life, and now his son had met this fate. His mentor, old General Zhao, had also been framed by the Yu siblings. His entire family executed, leaving only his daughter, the empress, to suffer endless bullying in the palace. This was beyond tolerance. Now, various factions had long been dissatisfied with the emperor favoring villains. The time was ripe. They killed my son, destroyed my family. General Shun made up his mind. It was time to raise an army. At this time, in the imperial palace, a servant came to report that General Shun had raised an army in rebellion. This General Shun, commanding a large force, was marching under the banner of purging the court, claiming he would execute Yu Shi's brother. He had gained considerable support and was advancing towards the capital. Various factions were either surrendering or joining him. Moreover, old General Zhao, who could have opposed him, was long gone. The capital was about to fall. The emperor, who had been indulging in favoritism, was at a loss. Consort Shu heard that General Shun intended to kill her first. She quickly nestled into the emperor's arms, persuading him, "Your Majesty, the rebels' smooth advance proves they've long planned this. I fear my and my brother's heads will fall, and your Majesty's position will be usurped." She then turned to Anin, asking. The empress's father was close to General Shun. "In this urgent situation, surely the empress will help your Majesty." Anin replied directly, "As a woman in the harem, what can I do?" Consort Shu continued, meekly saying, "I know you dislike me, but you must consider the bigger picture." The emperor thought this plan feasible and immediately threatened the empress. "In such a national crisis, you must think carefully." Consort Shu, still in the emperor's arms, was secretly delighted. Now the empress would be implicated either way. The rebels were clearly targeting Consort Shu, yet the empress was being made a scapegoat. However, Anin responded calmly, "Sister Consort Shu speaks reasonably. As empress, I should set an example and protect the empire for your Majesty." At this point, Anin extended her delicate hand towards the emperor. "To facilitate my defense for your Majesty, please grant me the military seal." The emperor, seeking self-preservation, actually sent the empress to battle, and then seized the opportunity to obtain the military seal from him. This self-indulgent scoundrel, pretending to be affectionate, grasped Anne's hand, staging a scene of parting. After the act, he turned and left with his favored consort, and then watched them leave, finally allowing a smile. With the military seal in hand, it was now their turn to worry. Days later, in the palace, the severely wounded empress struggled to report. "The rebel attack is fierce. Our forces have suffered heavy losses. The capital is nearly lost." Anin, trembling and barely standing, told the emperor that a breach had been forced at the west gate. There was only a slim chance left. Consort Shu, hearing this, was on the verge of tears. The emperor, feigning tenderness, took Anne's hand. "I trust you, and then leave the rest to me. Go tend to your wounds." Seeing the emperor's act, Anin played along with his charade. With tears in her eyes, she showed deep gratitude, then turned to leave for treatment, supported by guards. After the empress left, Consort Shu questioned, "Why did your Majesty speak to the empress like that?" The emperor laughed. "Fool, we must placate her to have a chance to escape before the rebels break through. She just said, there's a breach at the west gate. We should retreat from there tonight. We'll regroup with reinforcements and counterattack, then blame her for losing the capital. I'll keep my throne." Consort Shu sighed in relief, praising the emperor's wisdom. "I'll inform my brother immediately. We'll leave together." Meanwhile, in the empress's chambers, Wei and Moe Han were carefully tending to Anne's wounds. Seeing the streaks of red seeping through Anne's fair skin, Moe Han felt more pain than if he were injured himself. He trembled and softly said, "You've let yourself be hurt so badly." And then looked up at his face and said, "You're crying." Moe Han didn't deny it. "Why didn't you let me fight alongside you? If I had been there, I wouldn't have let you get so severely injured." And then heard this, but didn't speak. She just smiled at him. It was the first time Moe Han had seen Anin with such an expression. He was somewhat dazed, and then leaned closer to him. She continued, "I didn't want you to go because I didn't want you to get truly hurt. After all, my injuries are fake." At that moment, a guard rushed in from outside, reporting, "His Majesty has fled through the west gate at night with Consort Shu and her brother. They've taken the imperial guards with them." And then laughed upon hearing this. "Let them escape. This is exactly what I prepared for them." "Oh my!" Wei, hearing that the emperor had abandoned the injured empress and fled alone, was furious and turned to go catch the useless dog of an emperor. But Anin held his hand. She advised, "Don't rush," and ordered the servants to spread the news of the emperor's escape. Moe Han was confused. "Why are you doing this, your highness? You're still injured. How will you face this chaos alone?" And it heard this, smiled, and waved her hand, making the wounds on her body disappear. "I told you the injuries are fake. See me so badly hurt by the rebels." And learning of the breach at the west gate, they fled in panic. And it had deliberately led the emperor to escape. She had planned everything, because a king who abandons his country will be abandoned by the country. Moe Han hadn't realized the empress's plan was so intricate. He was stunned, but he still didn't understand. If news of His Majesty's escape spreads, people will panic. The capital will be even harder to defend. We're at a dead end now. And then calmly pushed open the door. If there's no way out, then we'll create a new miracle. A new empire naturally needs a new atmosphere. And then walked outside. Using Xiao Bai's power, she released phoenix fireworks in the sky. Suddenly, strange sounds filled the sky. A phoenix was reborn. The panicked palace people immediately changed their expressions. Everyone in the palace knelt down to pray. In chaotic times, there must be some legends of God-making. And then smiled slightly. In times of life and death, people always need hope. In their eyes, whoever can bring them hope is the true chosen one. Now that the emperor has abandoned his people and fled, it's the best time to take his place. And then looked at Xiao Bai. Is everything I asked you to prepare ready? It's ready. We can begin. At this time, outside the city walls, General Shun led his troops to the city, shouting for Yu Shi's siblings to come out and face death. Suddenly, a golden phoenix in the sky caught their attention. The soldiers couldn't help but exclaim, "It's a phoenix, a sign of rebirth." As they hesitated, the empress appeared on the city wall. General Shun looked up. The empress calmly said to him, "General Shun, don't rush. If you want an explanation, it's simple. Just put down your weapons and come in alone to talk with me." Facing a million-strong army at the city gates, the empress stood alone, fearless in the face of danger. She boldly called for the general to come and talk. Hearing this, the general hesitated. It was clearly a trap. After all, the royal city was just a step away. The court was vulnerable. Why not take over? Thinking this, he snapped back to reality. He replied, "Don't think you can trick me. My beloved son is dead. Give me an explanation first. Otherwise, at my command, we'll raze the royal city to the ground." And Anne's expression darkened. "Is that so? In that case, I won't be polite. Archers ready." With a swish, the soldiers beside and then drew their bows. However, the crowd below burst into laughter. "A few archers think they can stop my army? Palace women are indeed naive." Hearing this, Anne smirked and waved her hand, signaling to release the arrows. With a few whooshes, fire arrows were shot. With a boom, they exploded into huge craters right before their eyes. The soldiers below, who were just watching the show a second ago, were all dumbfounded. How could a few fire arrows have such destructive power? Did the Empress really have divine power to destroy heaven and earth? What they didn't know was that these arrows had been modified by Xiao Bai and were not products of this era. Seeing their panic, and it continued to intimidate. "This is the new sky-shaking thunder I developed. The ground you're standing on is all pre-planted with this device. With a flick of my finger, your entire army could be wiped out." Hearing this, the soldiers froze, not daring to move, and then smiled and continued, "Well, do you have time to come in and talk now?" Hearing this, General Shun finally nodded in agreement. In the palace's great hall, General Shun heard that His Majesty had fled with the Yu siblings. He was shocked, and then spoke calmly. "General, all you want is revenge for your son. I will give you an explanation. I'll make the Yu siblings pay the price." General Shun wasn't a fool. Hearing this, he understood. The Empress wanted to negotiate with him, so he calmed down and asked, "Negotiating with you, what benefit is there for me?" And then continued, "Have you ever thought, even if His Majesty caves to pressure and executes the Yu siblings, how long will you be in favor? You should know His Majesty's nature by now. The fate of my Zhao family is a cautionary tale." General Shun's face grew serious, and he remained silent. Seeing this, Anin reached out to stroke the dragon throne. "So, tell me, shouldn't someone else sit on this throne?" the general asked in return. "But His Majesty has no heir, and he's eliminated all other royal bloodlines. There's no one from the Mo family to succeed the throne." However, Anan's next move shocked him. Anan walked to the dragon throne. She sat down gracefully. "Who says the successor must be from the Mo family? Moreover, the Phoenix rebirth omen today. General, you saw it with your own eyes. Facing a common enemy, such a good opportunity. Don't you want to seize it? Who says women are inferior to men? A woman can be as capable as any man." Looking at the composed Empress sitting on the dragon throne, the general's face showed shock. "Your Highness, you want to take over?" However, his mind kept flashing back to his recent actions and his previous military achievements for His Majesty. With such military power and political acumen, how could the Yu siblings possibly oppress him? Realizing this, The general began to tremble uncontrollably. They were merely sacrifices on his path to becoming king. This empress was unfathomable. General Shun was a smart man. As things had developed to this point, he understood clearly. He prostrated himself at the empress's feet. Your subject will follow the new emperor's every command. Long live the emperor! At this moment, after Anan had recruited General Shun, news began to spread outside the royal city. The people cheered jubilantly. The empress has subdued the rebel army. The rebels have surrendered. Now the royal city is at peace. After this incident, the rumor that the empress was the reincarnation of the mystic woman became more convincing among the people. Some even revered her as a sacred ruler. Xiao Bai, who witnessed the whole city, was dumbfounded. Anan calmly said, this General Shin originally wanted to avenge his son. But as he advanced unstoppably and realized the court was vulnerable, he developed thoughts of taking over. So to control him, we had to make him realize that he was powerless against a true ruler. Hearing this, Xiao Bai smiled and said, I see. Now with the support of the army and the civil officials' propaganda among the people, Anan is unstoppable. The last problem is that fleeing dog emperor and the remaining imperial guards. So Xiao Bai asked because he was curious. But Anan turned and left, leaving a sentence. Someone has already gone to guide those desperate imperial guard leaders. After all, as meticulous as Anan is, how could she overlook this step? At this time, in the fugitive camp, Mo Ihan was hiding among a group of imperial guards. A group of people huddled around the campfire, desperately hoping for reinforcements to arrive. Just then, Mo Ihan slowly spoke. Actually, there are no reinforcements. Hearing this, everyone's face changed. What? Don't talk nonsense. Mo Ihan calmly replied. Before we left, I overheard the eunuchs talking. The rebel army attacked the city so quickly. His Majesty fled in haste without even preparing provisions. How could he possibly mobilize reinforcements? The starving soldiers, upon hearing this, became furious. So it turns out His Majesty fled in panic with his favored concubine and officials. What are we then? And we have to bear the people's curses for those you siblings. The Imperial Guard commander's face turned extremely ugly at this point. He gritted his teeth and said, the rebel army was originally to purge treacherous officials. Since His Majesty now protects these ministers, we'll have to hand them over for His Majesty, even if they're dead. Meanwhile, in the Empress's chambers, Anan, using Xiao Bai's shadow girl, saw all of this. Seeing this, Xiao Bai couldn't help but exclaim. The shadow hadn't even dried yet, and it just smirked and got up to leave. Now it's time for me to personally send off that bitch Shu Fei. Let her taste the same despair as the host did back then. Never make a vow of dying without regrets for a scumbag, because it will all come true. At this moment, under the secret instigation of the hidden guard Mo Han, the Imperial Guards realized this matter couldn't continue. Seeing the Emperor trusting treacherous officials, if this goes on, they themselves would be in danger. The Imperial Guard commander led people to kill their way into Yu Qing'eo's tent. Seeing them coming fiercely, Yu Qing'eo trembled and questioned, "How dare you? I am the Imperial Censor. Be careful. I'll report your evil deeds to His Majesty." However, at this time, Yu Qing'eo had no one to help him. Having fled here with the Emperor, he had already sent away Ji Qiong. The Imperial Guard commander was decisive in killing. He gave him no chance to speak further and struck him down with one blow. With the Imperial Censor killed, the camp outside was in chaos. The Emperor and Shu Fei, hearing the commotion, came out of their tent to see what was happening. The Imperial Guard commander approached with his subordinates. He extended his hand and tossed something, saying, "Please inspect this, Lady Shu Fei." Shu Fei was startled. She hesitantly unwrapped the package he threw. However, upon opening it, the contents made her face turn ashen. Shu Fei covered her mouth and nose. "Brother! Brother!" The Emperor, seeing such a horrific scene, shouted angrily, "You dare to defy royal law like this? Are you attempting a coup?" At this moment, the Imperial Guard commander bowed and replied, "Not at all, Your Majesty. Your eyes have been blinded. Chen Deng only wanted to purge corrupt officials to protect Your Majesty's throne." Mo Han added, his tone carrying a hint of threatening inquiry. "Besides Shu Fei, we can escort Your Majesty back to the palace. Otherwise, if Your Majesty remains obstinate between you and the state, we can only protect the state first. As soon as he finished speaking, the Imperial Guard shouted in unison, "Execute Xu Fei! Execute Xu Fei!" At this moment, the emperor stood in the center, caught in a dilemma. Now, with no reinforcements arriving and his only remaining Imperial Guard unit rebelling, demanding Xu Fei's death, he was powerless to resist. Xu Fei realized her life was in danger. She quickly knelt down, clinging to the emperor as her last hope for survival. "Your Majesty, they must be in league with the rebels. You mustn't listen to them." The emperor, hearing this, stared blankly at the ground and coldly retorted, "So, do you want me to judge alone? Or are you going to judge in my place?" Xu Fei, clutching the emperor's hand, trembled. She knew that she now held no value to the emperor. But faced with the fear of death, she continued to struggle and beg, "Your Majesty, please save your servant. Your servant has been so loyal and devoted. I have been so faithful." However, before she could finish, the emperor before her gently bent down, caressing her face. "So you are this loyal and willing to die for me, right? I remember my beloved once said she would die for me without regret. Now is the time for you to fulfill that promise." A cold smile appeared on the emperor's lips. "My beloved, rest assured, when I safely return to the palace, I will posthumously bestow upon you the title of empress. You will be buried with full honors. I will not betray your devotion." With these resolute words, Xu Fei was taken into the tent to be given poison wine for suicide. Mo Ihan followed, carrying the wine jug. Looking at the lifeless, vicious woman prostrate on the ground, his eyes narrowed, filled with disgust. This is all her own doing. Those who once persecuted the Zhao family now must pay with their lives. Mo Ihan coldly said, "This is the imperial bestowed poison wine. Drink it quickly, so I can report back." With the imperial poison wine before her eyes, as the emperor's once most favored consort, Xu Fei, even now, was unwilling to accept this cruel reality. "I don't hate his majesty. How could he bear to kill me? Those who are pitiful must have something hateful about them." Mo Ihan sighed, revealing the bracelet Enin had given him earlier. Accompanied by a blue light, it appeared out of place in this ancient world. In the projection, a figure slowly emerged, and it appeared out of thin air. "Sister Xu Fei, how does it feel to give everything for him, only to be betrayed and abandoned in the end?" Xu Fei's eyes widened in disbelief. "Zhaonan, how are you appearing here unscathed? This is impossible." And then looked at the pitiful woman at her feet, smirking. "The emperor has ordered your death. Such a spectacular scene. Of course I had to come and witness it personally." Xu Fei, seeing an Anne's composed and arrogant demeanor, felt jealousy and anger rising within her. "I understand it's all you're doing. There are no rebels at all. You're fabricating a rebellion, inciting the Imperial Guards." Xu Fei was now furious. Saying this, she immediately reached out with both hands, trying to grab Enin, determined to bring her down too. "I'll drag you down with me." However, as she lunged at Enin, her body passed right through the image, grasping at nothing. Xu Fei was bewildered. Why couldn't she touch her? Then it dawned on her, and the crazed woman burst into laughter. Her face lit up with joy. "Ha! So you're already dead. Zhaonan, you're just a ghost. It seems I've won in the end. After all, how could this foolish, mad woman understand the technology of virtual projection?" And then heard this and smiled. "I'm sorry, but I have to disappoint you." With a whoosh, the virtual projection camera zoomed out as Enin stood up, and then waved her hand. "I'm alive and well in the palace right now." Xu Fei was dumbfounded. What was this? She had never seen anything like it before. The meticulous Enin had given this to Mo Ihan in advance. It was a projection bracelet he carried, and it had told Mo Ihan, "This is a summoning device. Press the switch on it, and you can summon me at any time." Although Mo Ihan already knew its wonders, seeing it with his own eyes today, he couldn't help but marvel at how incredible this divine tool was. Witnessing this astonishing scene, Xu Fei felt a mix of anger and fear. She struggled to continue arguing, her voice even trembling. "You vixen, what kind of demon are you? Using black magic to curse me to a miserable death." Hearing this, and Anne's eyes flashed with amusement. "How did I harm you?" It was you who first suggested sending me to the battlefield. It was also you who chose to flee with the emperor. And finally, it was the emperor who ordered your death. How is any of this my doing? However, Xu Fei was already blinded. Even now, she failed to see reality. She continued to argue loudly. It's all because of you. You've been raised as a general's daughter, always looking down on others. How could you possibly understand my journey from the palace as a spy? Why should you be the empress? And in hearing this, grew impatient. Why? Because of my achievements in protecting the country and my ability and responsibility to push that useless MO father onto the throne. And then approached Xu Fei, her eyes turning cold. But now I don't care for this empress position. If you want it, you can have it. But then she added, and Anne's expression suddenly showed pity. But even if you were the empress now, do you think the emperor wouldn't kill you? Xu Fei was stunned. At this moment, her heart was clear as a mirror. But she still didn't want to admit it. She felt weakly, powerless. Impossible. His Majesty loves me so much. He certainly wouldn't kill me. This must all be your doing, and those lowly imperial guards outside. And inside, even now, she was still deceiving herself. She asked directly, "Love? Are you willing to be someone's pet just because they can bring you vanity?" Your eyes are blinded by vanity. What you fail to see is that the person you've desperately clung to isn't as powerful as you imagine, and those you despise aren't as insignificant as you think. A spark can start a prairie fire. The one who killed you isn't anyone else. It's your own arrogance born from overindulgence. The pitiful consort before her was making her last desperate struggle. She cursed at the empress, unwilling to give up. "You're just an abandoned woman, not even as good as me." And it heard this, unmoved. This foolish woman, even now, was still comparing the emperor's favor. She calmly retorted, "So, you're still proud of being more worthy of being used? The emperor used you as a scapegoat, then discarded and ordered your death after using you. Even now, you want to turn your blade towards me, who suffered the same fate, yet you dare not resent the true culprit." Hearing this, Xu Fei was somewhat stunned, but Anna knew she could never wake someone pretending to be asleep. She leaned down and whispered in Xu Fei's ear, "How pitiful." Xu Fei's eyes lost focus, staring blankly at the ground. At this moment, Anna threw down a dagger. "You have no choice but to harm yourself or to rebel against that scumbag who betrayed you. Now I'm giving you a chance. Make your own choice." Tears rolled down Xu Fei's face. She let out a few cold laughs, then suddenly burst into maniacal laughter. "Ha ha ha!" She trembled as she picked up the dagger. In the reflection of the blade, she muttered her final words to herself. "His Majesty promised me, after death, he would posthumously title me as Empress. This foolish woman still made that stupid choice." She raised the dagger high, laughing to the sky. "Ha, in the end I still won." With a thud, the blade entered her body. Xu Fei fell powerlessly. Seeing this scene, Anna couldn't help but sigh softly. What a pitiful woman. With a buzz, Anna withdrew the projection. She didn't want to watch anymore, leaving Xu Fei alone in a pool of blood, mumbling, "Empress, I'm the Empress now." She seemed to see herself wearing the phoenix robe, receiving the worship of thousands. However, this beautiful fantasy shattered the next moment. 2 imperial guards entered her tent to collect the body. This evil consort is finally dead. His Majesty just said to throw her into the mass grave quickly. Don't cover your eyes. The curtain fell on Xu Fei's story. In the Empress's palace, Anne's expression seemed somewhat different from usual. Abai noticed the change and asked, "And then Xu Fei is dead. Why do you look unhappy? Did you want to save her?" And it shook her head gently. No one can save those who don't want to save themselves. She closed her eyes, gathering her thoughts. Let's prepare. It's time to deal with that scumbag. The culprit must pay the price. And then, along with the Grand General, welcomed the fleeing emperor back to court. She smiled as she greeted him. Congratulations on your Majesty's safe return. She even took the liberty of pardoning the general's rebellion. The emperor, seeing how she had now subdued the rebels and looked so imposing, didn't even acknowledge her. He was furious that she dared to overstep and manage military and state affairs, gritting his teeth internally. On the surface, however, he still approached flatteringly, praising the empress for her thoughtfulness. The emperor's eyes darkened, having made a decision. He needed to take back the military power from the empress's hands. He also had to remember his past hardships. To save his life, the emperor resorted to his old tricks, embracing the empress who held significant military power, pleading and begging. But times had changed. The current Anna was no longer that naive, infatuated woman from before. The emperor beat his chest and stamped his feet, putting on an act of remorse. And it's all my fault for being blinded by the you siblings, causing you to suffer. Now I've come to my senses and realize only you truly care for me. Hearing this, Anan showed a cold smile. So, Your Majesty, is that all you want to say? The emperor, seeing her reaction, was somewhat surprised. This woman used to be so easy to fool, but now she remained unmoved. Now she was unmoved. The urgent matter was to trick her into returning the military tally. He reached out, making a vow. I have personally executed the you siblings, avenging you. I swear that from now on, there will only be you in my heart. He took Anne's hand, continuing to put on a face full of deep affection. They say a prodigal's return is worth more than gold. An heir, you will surely forgive me. And in seeing this man's act, narrowed her eyes and calmly replied, seeing Your Majesty so sincere, I am truly moved. Hearing this, the emperor's heart leaped with joy. He eagerly inquired about the whereabouts of the troops. As long as he had military power in hand, this woman without any support would no longer have any use. However, Anan's next words were not as he wished. Anan chuckled, as Your Majesty said, a prodigal's return is indeed worth more than gold. That's why I can't trust you. Anan looked at him as if watching a jumping clown. High and mighty. The emperor's heart skipped a beat. Before he could react, Anan waved her hand, come out. With one command, the emperor's imperial guards were immediately captured by soldiers arranged by General Shun. Seeing this, the emperor sternly questioned the empress. You dared to collude with rebels. I trusted you so much, and this is how you repay me? Anan calmly retorted, it was clearly Your Majesty who ordered the imperial guards to lie in wait and kill me. I merely set up an ambush for your ambush. The emperor couldn't fathom how the empress knew about his secret communication with the imperial guards. At this moment, a figure slowly approached from behind the empress. The emperor's heart leaped with joy. Fortunately, there was still an imperial guard who wasn't controlled. He shouted, quick, kill her. However, Mo Ihan behind him remained unmoved, and then extended a finger, lifting Mo Ihan's chin. I know every move of the imperial guards because I have my people among them. And then caressed Mo Ihan's face, her eyes filled with mockery. She continued, I also know that the death of the you siblings wasn't Your Majesty avenging me, but you sacrificing them to save yourself. Because all of this was my arrangement. The emperor's face turned ashen. He suddenly realized everything. Furiously, he lunged towards it, and you dare to scheme against me. Tricking me to flee was also your plan. I'll kill you. Before Anan could act, with a thud, the desperate emperor was knocked to the ground by Mo Ihan's palm. He struggled to support his body, coughing up blood, and then slowly approached the once high and mighty man, asking, scheme? You fled and abandoned me on your own. Your nauseating display of deep affection. I couldn't care less about it. And Anne's eyes were full of contempt. Your Majesty's betrayal. I've experienced it deeply. Two women picked up the vomit from the ground, trying to feed it to the emperor. Such a harmonious scene started half an hour ago. The emperor, now a powerless dog, laughed loudly like a madman. He questioned the now high and mighty empress. So what if I betrayed you? Without my favor, you are nothing. However, as he finished speaking, looking at the calm Anan and the expressionless guard behind her, the dog emperor suddenly felt a sense of fear. Don't tell me you want to have a bastard with him to inherit the throne? Hearing this, Anan found it laughable. That's a good idea, but I can't wait that long for a son to be born. She waved her hand, summoning her subordinates, and sternly ordered, send the Emperor Emeritus to the back palace to spend his twilight years. Anan looked at the emperor struggling on the ground, her eyes filled with a sinister gleam. Giving him the title of Emperor Emeritus and forcing him to abdicate and live in seclusion would make him taste all the suffering the host had endured in her lifetime. Such a scumbag doesn't deserve to die. Anan slowly approached, lifting the fallen man's chin. Emperor Emeritus, don't rush. The place where you'll spend your twilight years will surely help you recall many happy memories. I will make sure you're so happy you'd rather be dead. The dog emperor was thus captured and taken to a dilapidated palace. Anan personally opened the door, smiling as she said, Emperor Emeritus, this is the back palace I've prepared for you. Take a look. Are you satisfied? Looking up in the run-down palace, three faces, insane and foolish, appeared before him. This is the cold palace. Seeing this desolate scene, the fallen emperor struggled and asked, "How can I live in such a place?" Before he could finish, the guards who captured him mercilessly threw him into the courtyard. Anand's cold voice echoed, "These are all the favored concubines you once abandoned. Now, only they need you." Seeing the emperor's figure, the three mad women immediately flocked to him, constantly muttering, "Your Majesty, let your concubines serve you well." One abandoned concubine even held a swaddled baby, saying, "Your Majesty, is this our child? Come and see him." The emperor looked in astonishment. In the swaddling clothes was a bloody, shapeless mass, unrecognizable as a human. The stench made him vomit on the spot. Those mad women, seeing his vomit, treated it like treasure. "Oh, so much delicious food. Your Majesty, don't waste it. Quickly eat it back." And in seeing this harmonious scene, left without lingering, turning to go. In a good mood, she instructed the guards, "Lock this place up quickly. Don't spoil the Emperor Emeritus's fun." The guards obeyed, closing the cold palace gates, leaving three mad women and one scumbag to live out their days in this abandoned cold palace. The man felt jealous that the empress had confined the emperor to the cold palace, and then noticed his unusual behavior and beckoned him closer. "What's wrong? Do you also like being imprisoned and tortured?" As the woman's fingers slid down, Mo Ihan's face flushed slightly. "Your Highness, that's not what I meant." Anand's tone carried a hint of ambiguity. "Perhaps we could indulge." At this moment, Xiaobai jumped out to stop, and in this kind of forbidden scene will be pixelated. And then stopped teasing. All right, I won't play with you anymore. I'm keeping the dog emperor not out of pity, but because he's still useful." Mo Ihan heard this and was puzzled. "So your Highness intends to use the Son of Heaven to command the feudal lords?" And then chuckled. "That's too boring. I want to inherit the throne openly and legitimately. Now that we've tortured him for so many days, it's time to deliver the final blow." At this time in the cold palace, the emperor was on the verge of collapse from the torture of the mad women, and then slowly approached, looking down at the man on the ground haughtily. "Emperor Emeritus, how was your day?" The disheveled man saw her and quickly grabbed her. "I know I was wrong. Please, let me out." And Anne's eyes showed no emotion as she slowly crouched down. "If you write an edict according to what's on this paper, I'll forgive you and let you leave this hellhole. You want me to write an edict to rehabilitate the Zhao family and give you the throne? This is simply usurpation." Seeing his shocked expression, and then slowly stood up. She calmly replied, "You're in no position to negotiate with me now." She turned to leave. Since the Emperor Emeritus refuses to compromise, we have nothing more to discuss. Seeing her gracefully departing figure, the man struggled to get up. "Wait, Xiaonan, why do you hate me so much? From childhood as a prince, I was ostracized due to my mother's lowly birth. My path has been extremely difficult. What wrong have I done? You used to understand me." And then paused and slowly turned back. "I understood you, sympathized with you, and then what? To be used by you again? To be hurt by you?" The man finally realized that the woman before him had transformed and would no longer be swayed by his words. Anand's voice was cold and heartless. She exposed the man's true nature word by word. "In your eyes, everyone is just a tool. Endless suspicion, exploitation, and killing. You don't deserve to be loved at all. You don't deserve this throne either. Everything now is your just desserts." Hearing this, the man fell to his knees, powerless. He gritted his teeth and endured. To turn the tables, he needed to leave this place first. "I'll write the edict. I'll write it." The once almighty emperor now groveled at the empress's feet. "Here's the edict you wanted." And then took the finished edict and examined it carefully. The emperor still harbored hope. As long as he could get out, he could declare the empress had forged the edict and throw her into the dungeon. The current humiliation was just to get himself out of this hellhole first, but unexpectedly, and then took the edict and turned to leave. "Emperor Emeritus, stay here and enjoy your twilight years." The emperor never imagined she would be so ruthless. "Wait, didn't you promise to let me out if I wrote the edict?" And then replied carelessly, "I said I'd forgive you, not let you leave this place. Besides, my forgiveness doesn't mean your former favored concubines have forgiven you. This breaking of promises and betrayal is exactly what your Majesty taught me." A cold light flashed in Anand's eyes. "To use one's own methods against them is my revenge on you." And then left the cold palace gracefully. Xiaobai didn't understand. Since the emperor is already under house arrest, why not just forge an imperial edict? Why go through this trouble? And then smiled smugly, his hope rising and then immediately being crushed. Of course, it's because this way is more satisfying. The imperial palace was now completely renewed. The new emperor ascended the throne, and all officials kowtowed. And then, as a descendant of the Zhao clan, once had an unparalleled duke who guarded the frontier but was wrongly accused due to villains' framing. Now the clan has been exonerated and honored in the imperial ancestral temple. With a new dynasty comes new atmosphere. The former traitors have been purged. From now on, the talented shall hold office in our court. May our dynasty enjoy peace and prosperity. As the new emperor finished speaking, all officials kowtowed. Long live the empress! Long live, long live, long live! The task of the deposed empress's rebirth was perfectly accomplished. Xiaobai asked Anan, "Can we go back now?" Anan's gaze was distant, lost in thought. "Don't rush. We've just ascended the throne. There's still much to do." In the imperial ancestral temple, the tablets of the entire Zhao clan were now enshrined. Yet Anan still couldn't feel happy. The dead are gone. What's the point of making up for blessings they couldn't enjoy in life after their death? At this moment, Moihan entered and reported, "The Emperor Emeritus in the Cold Palace has committed suicide." When discovered, his corpse was already decayed and torn beyond recognition. And then turned back indifferently, then bury him with Consort Shu. Moihan was shocked. The Emperor Emeritus was still of royal blood, while Consort Shu was buried in the wilderness. How can they be buried together? Anan's voice was cold and merciless. He was so heartless to Consort Shu back then. Now he should go and give her an explanation. Moreover, the entire Zhao clan in the imperial ancestral temple wouldn't want to see him. He doesn't deserve to be buried here. Hearing this, Moihan bowed and complied. He turned to leave. A soft sound came from behind, and then turned to look. Two spectral figures appeared out of thin air in the imperial ancestral temple. It was actually the original Zhao, Anan and her father. The spectral figures showed kind expressions, smiling and bowing slightly to Anan. They seemed to be thanking her. The spectral figures then disappeared. A moment later, Anan sighed softly. This isn't bad either. The Empress was about to make Yin Wei the Empress consort. Little Yin Wei felt her status was too lowly, believing her hands were stained with blood. Unexpectedly, Anan took Moihan's hand and comforted him. "I don't see it that way. Your hands are blood-stained from protecting others, not at all dirty." Seeing Anan raise his hand and kiss it, Moihan's face immediately turned bright red with embarrassment. Anan, seeing his adorable reaction, smiled and said, "I will issue an imperial edict to restore your status. Moreover, with your background, becoming an official won't be difficult." In this way, Anan's tone became suggestive. "You can openly enter and leave the palace in the future, continuing to serve me." Moihan's heart raced at these words. Just as he was about to reply, the words "your subject" barely left his mouth before Anan lifted his chin. "Now that you've become Zhao Mushi, you should address yourself as your humble servant instead." Moihan's face flushed. He softly replied, "Your humble servant obeys." From then on, accompanied by Moihan, Emperor Zhaoan worked diligently to govern, vigorously developing advanced industry and technology. The Zhao country became unprecedentedly powerful. At this point in the interface, Anan, who hadn't had enough, was forcibly pulled back into the system. Xiaobai angrily said, "You said you'd stay for 2 more years. Now it's become several decades." Not content with being an empress, you're playing civilization now. Your task of the Empress's rebirth has long been completed with a 3S grade. Hurry up and enter the next virtual world. Xiaobai selected the next scenario, preparing to connect to the real world, but found it impossible to connect. However, Anan remained composed. If that's the case, let's go directly. The next virtual world is a cliché immortal cultivation drama. I can't wait. Meanwhile, in the real world, Moihan's subordinate artist was frantically working at the control panel. The screen was completely black. They couldn't contact Anan's side at all. His eyes were filled with worry. Now even the young master was involved. After thinking for a moment, the subordinate suddenly had an idea. Right, since the young master's original goal was to let Miss Anan learn about human emotions, we should input tasks of that nature next. Let her achieve that goal quickly. So, the programmer instinctively began typing code. Cliché immortal cultivation. 2 men love me. The new scenario begins. A battered woman lay helplessly on the ground. She had just endured the cruel 1,000 swords punishment from the immortal sect. The senior disciple pointed his sword at her, his tone cold and angry. Jiang, confess honestly. How much information did you leak to the demonic sect master? Ouyang Su. The man ignored her desperate pleas. He directly slashed her clothes open in front of everyone. On her fair skin, a huge black tattoo suddenly appeared before everyone. You have a demonic sex tattoo on your body, and you still claim you're not a spy. Jiang felt indignant. How did senior brother know about this? This was supposed to be a secret between her and Sister Piao Piao. Meeting in Anne's gaze, Piao Piao's pretty face began to look guilty. She held the senior disciple's arm and said gently, I'm sorry, Anin. For the sake of our entire immortal sect, I can't help you hide your spying activities anymore. Hearing her junior sister's words, Anin felt utterly hopeless. How could she call it spying? It wasn't like that at all. Just 3 days ago, Anin had accidentally witnessed her pure junior sister behaving intimately with the demonic sect master in the forest. If she hadn't seen it with her own eyes, she would never have imagined that Piao Piao would secretly meet with the demonic sect master. Only after Ouyang Su left did Anin approach Piao Piao. She wanted to advise her misguided junior sister, but upon hearing this, Piao Piao became extremely anxious. If others found out about this, the sect's punishment would be unimaginably severe. She grabbed Anin, defending herself by saying she was forced and couldn't resist. Unexpectedly, hearing this, Anin wanted to seek the senior disciple's help. Piao Piao was in a difficult situation. If Anin left to see the senior disciple, her disgraceful actions would be exposed. She immediately grabbed Anne's clothes to prevent her from leaving. However, with this pull, half of Anne's clothes came off, revealing the demonic sex tattoo on her body. Only at this moment did Anin put her clothes back on and tell the truth. It turned out that Ouyang Su, the demonic sect master, had approached Anin long ago and placed a poison on her body, forcing her to seduce and kill the senior disciple. Now that things have come to this, and you've also been harmed by Ouyang Su, we should quickly go tell the senior disciple the truth. Let's face the demon together. Hearing this, Piao Piao no longer refused. She said she would go talk to the senior disciple first, telling Anin to go back and rest. But unexpectedly, when the truth reached the senior disciple's ears, it had become that she was a spy. Now, enduring torture, Anin helplessly questioned Piao Piao. Why didn't you tell the senior disciple the truth? Could it be that you and that demon really have something to hide? Hearing this, Piao Piao immediately teared up, hugging the senior disciple and crying injustice. Senior brother, I have you. How could I possibly be interested in someone from the demonic sect? Hearing this, the senior disciple's face turned extremely ugly. And then you poisonous woman, Piao Piao is so pure and innocent. I won't allow you to insult her. With a swing of his great sword, he focused his power and cast the 1,000 arrows, pierced the heart spell directly at Anin. In the midst of the sharp sword lights, Jiang Anin found herself utterly ridiculous. She's pure and innocent? Then what am I? Anin, who had always loved the senior disciple, knew he liked Piao Piao and only dared to silently wish them well from behind. But she never thought to destroy or hinder their relationship. Even when tortured by Ouyang Su's poison to the point of wishing for death, she still endured without harming the senior disciple. Yet she never expected Piao Piao to be so fickle, still receiving the senior disciple's biased love. And I, who endured countless torments for you, end up with 1,000 arrows piercing my heart. Anin gritted her teeth. She wasn't resigned. She wasn't resigned. Beep, 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 beep. At this moment, the system connected. Welcome, host, to the immortal cultivation world. Due to your excellent performance, you can freely choose the time point to transmigrate this time. Welcome to the cliché immortal cultivation story, Two Men Love Me. Congratulations, host. You've transmigrated to the beginning of the story. Now everything can start anew. The original novel is a Mary Sue story with 2 male leads. The female lead, Jiang Piao Piao, is the second young miss of the Jiang family, naive and prone to causing trouble. The male lead, Xiao Ju, is the top disciple of the Immortal Trace sect. After a great battle with the demonic sect master Ouyang Su, he was severely injured. Piao Piao saved him, and they formed a bond. Piao Piao also joined the Immortal Trace sect because of this, becoming his junior sister. Over time, they developed feelings for each other. But during a mission outside the sect, Piao Piao reunited with Ouyang Su, who already liked her. They became increasingly ambiguous. to the point where Piao Piao later didn't know who she truly loved. The two male leads fought fiercely for her, affecting the entire world. Hearing this, and Anne's face darkened. This script truly embodied the essence of cliché to the fullest. Xiaobai continued. This time, the host's name is Jiang Anin, Jiang Piao Piao's sister and the eldest young miss of the Jiang family. In the original plot, after Piao Piao went to the Immortal Trace sect, Jiang Anin was captured by Ouyang Su and disguised to become Piao Piao's substitute. She was also poisoned with a love potion and forced to go to the Immortal Trace sect to seduce and kill Xiao Ju. But Jiang Anin fell in love with Xiao Ju and couldn't bring herself to do it. After she caught Piao Piao and Ouyang Su in an intimate moment, Piao Piao, to protect herself, went to Xiao Ju first and exposed her as a spy. In the end, she died from the 1,000 arrows pierced the heart spell. Hearing this, Anin couldn't help but sigh. The host's role as a plot device was too tragic. With the plot introduction complete, the mission details appeared. 1. Change the host's cannon fodder fate. 2. Fulfill the host's wishes, pursue Xiao Ju, and take revenge on Ouyang Su. Seeing this, Anin felt a wave of nausea. What was up with this mission? Revenge was one thing, but to pursue the male lead? However, the story had already begun. There was no turning back. From outside the door came the urgent shouts of a servant. Young miss, it's terrible. Miss Piao Piao has caused trouble again. She's turned East Street upside down. Now the shopkeepers are holding her and won't let her go. Then, Xiao Bai explained, this is the opening content of the novel. The female lead Piao Piao meets Ouyang Su through conflict. And then heard this and smirked. Well, let's go then. This time, I'll be in charge of the plot. At this moment, East Street was in chaos. Piao Piao was surrounded by a group of merchants, demanding compensation for damages. Piao Piao retorted nonchalantly. This young lady was eliminating evil and promoting good, dealing with the demonic sect master, Ouyang Su. You should be grateful to me, not trying to extort money. At this time, Anin slowly approached from behind the crowd. Xiao Bai, walking and complaining. Isn't this just a typical arrogant, naive female lead? Using the name of justice, disregarding the lives of ordinary people. At this moment, Piao Piao and the crowd saw An's figure and shouted, pointing at her, if you want money, go find her. Our parents are away these days, and she's in charge of the Jiang family affairs. Hearing this, the merchants immediately rushed towards An, demanding an explanation. The one in charge of money bears the greatest responsibility. If there's any unexplained expenditure when the parents return and discover discrepancies, they would first hold An accountable. In the previous life, the host took the blame for Piao Piao and was punished by her parents. This time, she couldn't be manipulated. Whoever causes trouble should be responsible. It's time to teach this spoiled child some rules. And then approached the nonchalant Piao Piao. Sister, are you sure you want me to take full responsibility for this? Piao Piao nodded without thinking. Yes. It's all up to you. Don't bother me. And then gave her a pleasant smile. All right, then it's settled. The naive sister causes trouble on the street, then wants to wash her hands of it, pointing at her approaching sister, to let the debt-collecting merchants find her. And then heard this and replied to her sister with a smile. Since you want me to take full responsibility for this matter, I'll make sure to sort it out properly. And then first had the merchants line up in order, bringing their receipts and evidence to be recorded. They left evidence and addresses. After confirming the total loss, and then, while reviewing the account book, announced, these losses will be deducted from Jiang Piao Piao's dowry. They will all be delivered to your homes within 3 days. As soon as she finished speaking, the merchants applauded. Piao Piao, however, was very displeased. Why should it be deducted from my dowry? How am I supposed to get married in the future? And then calmly replied, Sister is past the age of inheritance. Naturally, you must be responsible for your mistakes. Hearing this, Piao Piao strongly retorted, That's my dowry. What right do you have to touch it? This line made An laugh. Just now, Sister said I had full authority to handle this. Now the problem is solved, everyone's happy. Piao Piao was left speechless. She could only turn to the merchants demanding compensation and rant. I was eliminating evil and promoting good. I was forced to flee from Ouyang Su. You only bully the weak and fear the strong. If you have the guts, go find him. seeing Piao Piao's ranting, and then slowly approached from behind her. It's you who overestimated yourself, provoking the demon first, concealing the calamity. This is the first offense. Then you deliberately led Ouyang Su in a chase to the busy market for your convenience of escape. You are incompetent and selfish. This is the second offense. Therefore, you should bear full responsibility for the innocent merchants of East Street. It's only right that the compensation comes from your dowry. As for your dispute with the demon, that's between you two. The people of East Street have even less reason to pay for you. As these words fell, the merchants praised Anin for her clear reasoning and fairness. Piao Piao, however, was furious, jumping up and down. You're conspiring with outsiders to extort my money. I don't acknowledge this. I won't pay. Anin, hearing her unreasonable arguments, remained calm. She took out the account book she had just collected and continued. According to the laws of our dynasty, those who damage others' property and refuse to compensate will be punished with beatings based on the amount owed. Anin handed the account book to the Yamen officials. Since you don't accept this, then go to the Yamen for punishment. Anin watched as Piao Piao was dragged away, smiling and remarking, "Spoiled children just need a good beating. A good thrashing will settle them down." Half a day later, in the Jiang mansion, Piao Piao, who had received a beating, was carried back. She threw a tantrum at the maids at home, directing her anger at the servants. Hearing the commotion inside the room, Anin entered. She announced loudly, "Since the second young miss doesn't need to be served, you can all withdraw. From now on, except for bringing food and medicine to the second young miss, there's no need to take care of her anymore." Anin turned to Piao Piao, who was immobile on the bed, and gave her a kind smile. "Sister, from now on, you'll have to manage on your own." Piao Piao trembled with anger. She called out her sister's full name. "Xiaonin, are you deliberately mistreating me because I can't move? Just wait until our parents return. I'll definitely report you." Hearing this, Anne's face darkened. "Just now, it was you, sister, who complained that the servants were useless and told them to get lost. I'm doing this so you can recover in peace." After saying this, she didn't forget to turn to the maids for confirmation. "I believe when the master and mistress return, you will also tell the truth, right?" At this moment, the maids who had just been scolded by Piao Piao, seeing Anin as their savior, quickly nodded. Piao Piao looked shocked, realizing she had fallen into such a situation. Before she could continue to quibble, Anin turned and left with the maids, leaving Piao Piao alone in the room, shouting in anger, with no one paying attention. Anne's energy source in this world was a spirit pearl. Spiritual objects cultivated for thousands of years could take human form. Although its body had become smaller, it was still the familiar figure that caused this. An hour ago, Anin arrived deep in the bamboo forest. Having just transmigrated to this cultivation world, she needed to get her energy source first. In the quiet cave, a spirit pearl emitted a dazzling light. Just as she was about to praise the system for finally providing a normal energy source, unexpectedly, the next second, an ethereal voice came from within the spirit pearl. "Woman, let go of me." Xuanji huffed a few times, his spiritual energy fluctuating. The spirit pearl, in Anne's hand, suddenly transformed into the appearance of a young man. He slowly opened his eyes, angrily scolding, "Who told you to touch this master?" Anin was momentarily speechless. She sighed, "I've heard that spiritual objects cultivated for thousands of years can take human form. However, if they don't find a powerful master afterward, it's difficult to break through. So, you can come with me." The silver-haired youth heard this and retorted, "It's not for a mortal like you to control me." Anin smiled and replied, "Whether I have the ability to control you or not, we'll know with a try." As she finished speaking, Anin grabbed him. The silver-haired youth's body immediately stiffened. What did this woman do? I can't move just from her touch. And it didn't wait for him to speak and move closer. The closer she got, the more obvious the tingling sensation became where they touched. The youth felt powerless all over. His face turned red. His legs weakened. He fell straight to the ground. Seeing this, Anne's eyes flashed with confusion. Could it be because he had become smaller, so the absorption ability was faster? Was he also less able to resist? Thinking of this, Anne continued to reach out and grab him, trying again. The youth was pressed to the ground, suppressing the strange feeling, and let out a plea. "Don't touch me." And then curled her lips. "How about it? Do you acknowledge my ability now?" At this moment, the youth being held down struggled to speak. I acknowledge. Please let go of me." Hearing this, and then gradually loosened her grip. "What do you call me now?" The youth's eyes were hazy. His heart suddenly accelerated. He gently turned his head and called out, "Master," and then nodded with satisfaction, feeling a bit smug. Being able to make a face similar to the master's call her master in return, it was indeed interesting. Now that she had obtained the energy source, calculating the time, she could start the next part of the plot. In the previous life, before the Jiang family parents returned, Jiang Piao Piao had saved Xiaoju and was taken to the immortal sect. So this time, what if I met and saved Xiaoju first? Anin, who had quick transmigrated to the cultivation world, had subdued the spirit pearl that had transformed into a youth, and had thought that in this world his name would still be Mo Ihan. Unexpectedly, the youth shook his head. "I don't have a name." Hearing this, Anin smiled mischievously. "Then I'll bestow a name upon you. Let's call you Mo Ihan." The silver-haired youth nodded. "However, if you want me to go with you, there's one condition. I like peace and quiet. If you take me, you can't take any other spiritual objects." Hearing this, Anin nodded decisively. Mo Ihan was stunned. His eyes flashed with surprise. After taking Mo Ihan as her energy source, Anin began the next scene of the plot. At this time, the male protagonist of the novel, Xiaoju, appeared. He had just battled with the demon Lord Ouyang Su and was severely injured. Xiaobai shouted, "Now's the perfect opportunity. Quickly go, save him." Anin saw this, but was unimpressed. This counts as severely injured. Xiaobai exchanged for a few punishment tools. Hearing this, Xiaobai was stunned. "Anin, what are you doing? Your task is to pursue him. Why aren't you saving him, but instead wanting to harm him?" Anin arrogantly tilted her chin, sliding through a set of punishment cards. The injury Xiaoju received is far less than what the host endured. If we're going to save him, let's make him suffer a bit more first. After Anin used a few punishment tools, Xiaoju, who was standing still, was suddenly struck by lightning, then chased by giant rocks, until she saw that he really couldn't get up anymore, and then finally patted her skirt and stood up. "All right, now we can go save him." She pointed with her hand, wanting the newly subdued spirit pearl to show some use. However, after waiting for a moment, Mo Ihan remained completely unresponsive, and was a bit surprised. Could it be because she had just absorbed his energy and strength, so he had fallen asleep? And then sighed, "Well, if that's the case, I'll have to do it myself." At this time, Xiaoju, after the successive blows, was on the verge of collapse, his eyes sinking as he was about to fall. Just as he was about to succumb, Anin stepped forward to support Xiaoju. In his pain, he squinted his eyes. This woman who came to save him seemed like a fairy descending from heaven. Xiaoju's heart started pounding. He weakly asked, "Who are you?" As soon as he finished speaking, he could no longer stay conscious and passed out. The cliché plot of the male lead being injured and saved by a beautiful stranger has always been an overused trope in novels. Anan's current task was to replace the female lead in saving the male lead, Xiaoju, and make him fall in love with her. Xiaoju woke up from his unconscious state, only to find himself wrapped up like a mummy, and then sat beside him, smiling and greeting him as soon as he woke up. Xiaoju looked at Anin a bit dazed. "Did she save me? My savior?" With rose-tinted glasses on, Xiaoju immediately felt his heart flutter. She was indeed a beautiful and gentle woman, but now his whole body was wrapped in bandages, unable to move. He awkwardly spoke, "Thank you, miss, for saving me. But wrapped up like this, I can't move." Hearing this, Anin worriedly said, "But you don't have a single uninjured spot on your body. Without this, you could die." Hearing her concern, Xiaoju no longer refused. His eyes softened. "Miss, I am the personal disciple of the immortal sex leader. The reason I'm injured like this is because of a great battle with the demon sex leader, Ouyang Su. Miss, for saving me today, I will certainly repay you." Anin smiled inwardly. This man immediately showed off his status and name. Wasn't he just trying to impress her? But now that he's in her hands, who's impressing whom is yet to be seen. Anin smiled and stood up, casually replying, "No need to thank me. I was just passing by. It was nothing. Goodbye." Seeing Anin about to leave, Xiaoju was surprised. What kind of reaction was this? She seemed completely unmoved by his status. He called out to Anin, wanting to ask something, but unexpectedly leaned forward and fell flat on his face. and then covered her mouth and stepped back. The situation became awkward for a moment. Xiao Ju struggled to lift his head, his face full of sincerity and earnestness. "Miss, you are truly noble and selfless, but our immortal sect always repays kindness. If you leave just like this, it will be a lifelong regret for me." The fish had taken the bait, and then curled her lips. "All right, my name is Jiang Anen, the eldest daughter of the Jiang family in Qiantang Town. Since you're injured like this, I'll help you to the end. Why don't you come back to my home to recover?" As she finished speaking, Xiao Bai was puzzled. Xiao Ju is trying so hard to please you. It's hard to believe he was madly in love with Jiang Piao Piao in his previous life. And Anne's eyes flashed with a cold light. She turned and said, "Xiao Ju never loved Jiang Piao Piao herself before. He only loved the person who saved him. He considers himself noble, so the person who saves him and makes his heart flutter should be the same. In his previous life, it was to protect Jiang Piao Piao's reputation that he killed her without a second thought. In the end, he's nothing but a coward who stops at his own face. Now the wheels of fate have changed. Even if he meets Jiang Piao Piao again now, the story won't follow the previous life's plot. In the Jiang mansion, Piao Piao heard and then mentioned the personal disciple of the immortal sect. She thought it was a perfect opportunity. She must get to know this important figure to advance her position. Moreover, hearing he was a handsome man, she immediately wanted to meet him. At this moment, outside Xiao Ju's room, and was about to enter with a bowl of medicinal soup, when Piao Piao suddenly snatched it from her. "Sister has been tired lately. Let me take care of the patient." The gentlewoman didn't refuse, only instructing her to take good care. Hearing this, Piao Piao quickly nodded and turned to enter the room, thinking to herself, "Sister is still as good-tempered as always." Behind her, Xiao Bai watched with disdain. This Piao Piao was really eager to steal the credit. Anin, however, smiled calmly. After all, whether it was credit or hardship that was being stolen was yet to be seen. Learning that her sister had brought home a salted egg, the anxious younger sister rushed to claim the credit. Piao Piao entered Xiao Ju's room with the medicine. Xiao Ju turned his head happily, thinking it had returned, but he didn't expect a strange woman to approach. Xiao Ju's face darkened. "Who are you?" Piao Piao was taken aback by his sudden cold question. She felt displeased. This man was so cold to her. Thinking of this, she sat down unceremoniously. "I am the second young miss of the Jiang family, Jiang Piao Piao. I've come to take care of you personally. It's your great fortune." Piao Piao was about to give Xiao Ju the medicine, but unexpectedly, she spilled the hot liquid on his chest. This area was already injured and bandaged. When the scalding medicine spilled on it, Xiao Ju's face became even more unpleasant. At this moment, Piao Piao not only didn't apologize, but imperiously scolded. "It's because you're not cooperating with me." But as soon as she finished speaking, she stepped on a broken piece of the bowl. Her foot slipped, and she fell directly onto Xiao Ju's chest. Xiao Ju immediately coughed up blood from the pain. But at this moment, if following the female lead script, this sudden intimate contact should have promoted the development of their relationship. Piao Piao looked up at Xiao Ju, feeling a bit moved. Xiao Ju, however, only wanted to curse. Before he could speak, Piao Piao turned away, pretending to be shy. You're taking advantage of me." Xiao Ju was speechless. Was this stupid woman's brain damaged? Anin and Xiao Bai, watching this scene from outside, found it entertaining. Piao Piao's self-important act was truly amusing. In the previous life, Piao Piao saved Xiao Ju, and with the filter of a lifesaver, Xiao Ju naturally found her innocent and lovable. Now without that filter, all that remained was a mess. Anin enjoyed watching this drama unfold, but the current plot was just beginning. There was more to come. After a few days, under Piao Piao's torment, Xiao Ju couldn't bear it anymore. Just as Piao Piao was pretending to sleep by Xiao Ju's bedside, thinking this man would surely be moved by her beautiful sleeping face, Xiao Ju was inwardly frustrated. This woman was sleeping and drooling on his blanket. He didn't want to stay a moment longer. Xiao Ju carefully pulled back the blanket. He wanted to find an inn. While pretending to sleep, Piao Piao peeked at his departing figure, secretly delighted. This man must care for her, being so careful when getting out of bed. At this moment, in the Jiang family garden, Anin was feeding pigeons. Xiao Ju approached from afar, liking what he saw more and more. This was truly a woman as serene as an immortal. He coughed lightly and said, "What a coincidence. Miss Anin, I haven't seen you these past few days. and then turned and asked, Master Xiao, can already walk around? It seems Piao Piao has taken good care of you. Xiao Ju nodded reluctantly. Yes, indeed. I'm preparing to return to the immortal sect. I came specially to bid farewell to you before leaving. Hearing this, and then said without turning back, Is that so? Then please have a safe journey. Xiao Ju was stunned. He didn't expect Anin to show no intention of asking him to stay. Xiao Ju wanted to say more. He reached out to grab An's hand. Just as he touched her clothes, he was suddenly repelled by a burst of spiritual energy. Xiao Ju was surprised. How could a mortal possess such powerful spiritual energy? After pondering for a moment, Xiao Ju smiled and said, I've never seen such an excellent spiritual root as Miss An's. Please come back to the immortal sect with me to cultivate. The one who had inflicted the 1,000 arrows piercing the heart on him in the previous life. In this life, he was actually begging her to return to the sect with him. Xiao Ju's face was full of eagerness, but Anin said she had no obsession with immortal cultivation. Seeing her indifferent expression, the man continued to persuade. With such a good spiritual root, it would be a waste not to cultivate. If you're willing, the position of an inner disciple in the immortal sect will always be reserved for you. Anin lowered her eyes, pretending to hesitate. I need to wait for my parents to return. I must inform them before I can decide. However, this scene, watched by Piao Piao, who was hiding and eavesdropping, made her grit her teeth in anger. She had been the one taking care of Xiao Ju day and night, yet Anin came to steal the credit and wanted to go to the immortal sect. After Xiao Ju left, Mo Yihan rushed out. He angrily said, What? That spiritual root is clearly my spiritual energy. He questioned Anin about who that seemingly ill-intentioned man was. Although An's expression remained unchanged, she inwardly mocked that men judging men were indeed accurate. She calmly spoke. He's the senior disciple of the immortal sect whom I saved a few days ago. Hearing this, Mo Yihan's eyes flashed with coldness. I've always disliked those cultivators. They use the pretext of saving the world to act recklessly. Thinking of this, Mo Yihan said to Anin, If you really want to cultivate, there's no need to go to any immortal sect. You can cultivate with me. Hearing this, Anin curled her lips. She leaned closer to this tsundere little boy. Indeed, how can Xiao Ju compare to you? After all, you can satisfy me. Mo Yihan stepped back upon hearing this, exclaiming unexpectedly, Why are you suddenly getting so close? Anin replied with a smile, Of course, it's to cultivate together. At this moment, Xiao Ju was walking towards the gate. Halfway there, he was startled by Piao Piao, who suddenly appeared. To return to the immortal sect with Xiao Ju, Piao Piao's plan was well thought out. She thought that with her 3-step plan to capture a man's heart, winning over Xiao Ju would be easy. Step 1. Make a fuss to attract his attention. Xiao Ju remained unmoved. Jumping out like this will scare people. Step 2. Act cute and naive to make him think you're kind-hearted. But in Xiao Ju's eyes, this only looked like she was pretending to be innocent to seduce him. It really couldn't compare to the gentle Anin. Then came step 3. Play hard to get to increase affection. Piao Piao directly hugged Xiao Ju's arm. Senior brother, I know you're cold on the outside, but warm-hearted. You won't let me be gossiped about, right? Please take me with you. Xiao Ju rubbed his forehead. This woman was deliberately trying to get close, surely with ulterior motives. Letting her experience the hardships of cultivation might not be a bad idea. He sighed. Since you insist, you can come along. Seeing her plan succeed, Piao Piao was delighted. The next day, while Anin was still at home, a servant reported that the second young miss had left a letter, saying she had gone with Xiao Ju to learn skills. Hearing this, Xiao Bai worriedly asked, Now that she's entered the immortal sect just like in the previous life, won't the plot go back to the same path? Anin smiled calmly. In the previous life, Xiao Ju was saved by Piao Piao, so he was attracted to her. This life is different. I save him first, and then remain distant. He will surely be more drawn to my noble character. In Xiao Ju's eyes, Piao Piao now is just a tool for serving tea and water. This is typical of men. They don't appreciate those who are good to them, but like those who keep them at a distance. Piao Piao's decision to follow him to the immortal sect won't end well for her. Just as Anin said at that moment in the immortal sect, the outer disciples respectfully welcomed the return of the senior brother. Piao Piao, seeing the grand sect for the first time, was overjoyed. She immediately started acting like she was in charge, shouting at the junior disciples, "Quickly report to the sect leader that I'm now senior brother Xiao Ju's junior sister." But as soon as she finished speaking, Xiao Ju replied, "Don't listen to her nonsense. I just recruited an outer disciple for odd jobs. No need to report. Some Sundaras in the sect are just stubborn as mules." Mo Han, who was disdainful just a moment ago, suddenly fell into an An's embrace. He immediately blushed, got a nosebleed, and fainted on the spot. Half a day earlier, and it knew that the plot with Demon Lord Ouyang Su was about to begin. In the previous life, the host was terribly tormented by this great demon. This life, she would properly deal with him. But before that, she had something to do. She touched the spirit bead in her hand, summoning Mo Han, and then smiled and told him to wait, as something inappropriate for children might happen. She asked him to leave for a while. Mo Han scoffed, saying he had cultivated for thousands of years. What couldn't he see? And then asked in return, "Are you sure you won't leave?" Mo Han snorted lightly, "I won't leave." Hearing this, and Anne's face showed a mischievous smile. "Then I won't hold back." She stood up and approached Mo Han. It was only then that Mo Han realized what it intended to do to him. His little face immediately turned bright red. He stepped back. "What are you trying to do now?" But unexpectedly, he slipped and fell directly into an Anne's arms again. Mo Han closed his eyes tightly, his body stiff, and then looked down, asking with concern, "Are you all right?" Mo Han was about to say he was fine, but his heart suddenly skipped a beat. He opened his eyes wide, staring at an Anne's chest. Being so close, he momentarily lost the ability to think due to nervousness. He immediately jumped back in embarrassment, seeing him like this, and then asked again, "Are you really okay?" Mo Han saw and then continuing to approach him. The strange feelings in his body made him tremble uncontrollably. He couldn't help it. Blood started flowing from his nose. His eyes rolled back, and he fainted from embarrassment, and then was stunned. She hadn't even done anything yet, and then carefully carried him back to the bedroom to rest. Xiao Bai, who had witnessed everything, knew that and was worried that if Mo Han ran out during her confrontation with Ouyang Su, he might get hurt, and then looked down at the obediently lying Mo Han, saying softly, "Although he has 1,000 years of cultivation, he's still a child after all." She leaned down and gently kissed Mo Han's forehead. "Rest well." As soon as it had settled the little spirit bead, she felt a pressure coming from behind. The atmosphere around gradually became tense, and then smiled calmly. "Ouyang Su has arrived. Let's begin the battle." In her previous life, the woman was treated as a substitute for the demon lord's sister, tormented day and night. But in this life, she reversed the situation, tying up the demon lord and throwing him into a pile of red-hot coals. An incense sticks time ago, Demon Lord Ouyang Su arrived fiercely. He suddenly appeared at the Jiang mansion looking for Jiang Piao Piao. However, and then told him that Piao Piao had already gone to the immortal sect with Xiao Ju. Moreover, she deliberately provoked him by saying that Piao Piao was willing to be an outer disciple at the immortal sect just to stay by Xiao Ju's side. Hearing this, Ouyang Su was furious. He grabbed Anan's neck, saying, "He dares to run off with someone else behind my back? Then you, as Piao Piao's sister, shall atone for her sins." Then with a whoosh, he threw out a thick rope and tied Anan up. The man threatened to tie Anan here to vent his anger. Not only would he torment her day and night, but he would also release his frustration by turning her into Piao Piao's likeness. Seeing this, and Anne's expression remained unchanged. She curled her lips, thinking the demon lord's preferences were quite interesting. A hint of nostalgia flashed in her eyes. "Why don't we play something more exciting?" The next moment, before Ouyang Su could react, with a whoosh, the thick rope that had just bound and suddenly transferred to Ouyang Su's body. And then playfully winked. She had been prepared, having Xiao Bai ready in advance. Everything just now was merely an illusion. Ouyang Su thought he was binding it in, but in fact, he had bound himself. And then snapped her fingers, summoning a group of perverts. Whatever the Lord wants to play with them. Seeing the men approaching him, Ouyang Su roared at Anan, "Do you believe I'll exterminate your entire clan?" And then sat down calmly, taking a sip of tea. "My lord, I'm afraid you wouldn't dare. After all, my sister is also from the Jiang family. Since you like to play, I'll let them serve you well." Under the pervert service, hearing Ouyang Su's wails, Anan was in an extremely good mood. Several hours later, Ouyang-su crawled weakly to an An's feet, begging for mercy, and then smiled and said, "The scene just now was quite a sight. No one do you like to play like this?" As strong as he was, Demon Lord Ouyang-su now had tears in his eyes. His tone softened. "I only like Piao Piao. I didn't really want to hurt you, Anin." But her cunning nature didn't believe him at all. She kicked his head and continued to mock him, recalling the past life, and then said coldly, "It seems the great lord is truly a romantic. When love is unrequited, you go to extremes. You even wanted to do beastly things to the sister of the person you claim to love. I think it's nothing more than your ridiculous desire for conquest." Ouyang-su didn't expect his tactics to be ineffective. This woman was impervious to both soft and hard approaches. Then Anin pulled out something he had hidden deep within. "This is the goo you've been nurturing, right?" Ouyang-su was shocked. How did she know he had goo? He frantically shouted at Anin, "What are you going to do?" Anin held up the goo poison, her face showing a cold expression. "What am I going to do? Naturally, I'm going to let you taste your own goo poison." In the previous life, Ouyang-su had used goo poison on the host, making her suffer unbearably every night. This time, Anin would naturally return the favor. The woman, looking down on him, planted the goo poison into the man's body. From now on, Demon Lord Ouyang-su would be Jiang and An's dog, and then raised her toes, lightly touching the man's chin. "No one knows the toxicity of this goo better than you. As long as you obey, I can give you everything you want. For example, your fate with Piao Piao." A cold light flashed in An's eyes, making Ouyang-su, kneeling on the ground, shiver. Now that he was caught by the throat, Ouyang-su tremblingly replied, "Yes." After the master dealt with Ouyang-su, Xiaobai, who had been watching, felt greatly satisfied. He had vented anger for the host. It felt so good, but he still couldn't understand how Jiang Piao Piao could like such a man. And then, however, told him matter-of-factly, "This is the standard configuration for a Mary Sue story. The plot can't be understood logically. Besides, cruelty is this man's true nature. Jiang Piao Piao didn't taste it in her previous life, but she won't escape it in this life." As Anin thought about this, a hint of mischief appeared on her face. To speed things up, I need to craft a story for him, even more dreamy than the last life. Afterwards, Anin returned to her room. At this moment, Mo Han suddenly woke up, and was startled. She leaned in to examine him closely. Not only had he woken up, but he had also grown taller. Mo Han felt a strange sensation in his body. He couldn't help but breathe more rapidly. Seeing An's eyes staring at him playfully, he felt a bit uncomfortable and asked, "Why are you looking at me like that?" Hearing this, Hanan replied with a smile, "I'm just curious how you suddenly grew up." Only then did Mo Han realize that his body had changed. Could it be because of what happened last time? Thinking back on it, he couldn't help but blush all over, too embarrassed to make eye contact with Anin. At this moment, Anin reached out to touch him. The tingling sensation from where she touched made Mo Han unable to bear it. He jumped back a step to protect himself. "What are you trying to do now?" And it could sense that Mo Han's spiritual energy was now stronger than before. It seemed that as he grew, his abilities would improve as well. Thinking of this, Anin boldly said, "It seems you are very suitable to cultivate with me. Not only will you satisfy me, but you'll also enhance your own cultivation." Indeed, Mo Han heard this and used some of his magical power. At this moment, the cultivation in his body became unusually vigorous. Then, Anin teased, "Since it's a win-win situation, why don't we dual cultivate?" Mo Han was stunned. His little mind started to run wild with imagination. The more he thought about it, the more flustered he became. Then he exploded on the spot. "How could I, a spirit, dual cultivate with you, a human?" Hearing that Sundra's spirit bead say this, Anin sighed with feigned disappointment. "Well, I won't force you if it's not beneficial for you. If you're unwilling, then forget it." Without waiting for Mo Han's reply, she turned and left. Mo Han was stunned. Did she just leave so decisively? Mo Han's eyes unknowingly revealed a hint of disappointment. After a moment, he realized something was wrong. Why was he feeling disappointed all alone? In the previous life, he was a glorious inner disciple of the immortal sect. In this life, he had become a menial outer disciple. Since Jiang Piapiao's death, by Lai Chiu Xiao Ju entered the immortal sect, and he was constantly bullied and ignored by the disciples inside. Just as Anin had predicted, I really haven't tasted any good fruit. But the love-brain Jiang Piapiao still held hope. He thought that since he had suffered so much, the senior brother must have seen it, and would eventually come to care for him. However, misfortunes never come singly. Walking on the road, he tripped for no reason. Looking up, there was a fierce monster approaching him. Piapiao was so scared he couldn't move. The monster attacked Piapiao. At the critical moment, with a bang, a figure appeared in front of him, resolving the crisis for him. It was Demon Lord Ouyang Su who saved him. The frightened Piapiao looked up at this charming and unrestrained man, his face immediately turning red. He thought he looked quite handsome. The next moment, Ouyang Su picked him up by the waist. Without waiting for his consent, he flew away with him. Piapiao was held in his arms, his heart racing. Seeing this made his heart flutter. What a domineering man. He liked it very much. Ouyang Su took Piapiao to a secluded corner. Grabbing his hand, with a concerned face, he said, "These hands full of injuries, you must have suffered a lot in the immortal sect." Piapiao lowered his eyes and said softly, "They all bully me. They say I'm stupid and useless." Hearing this, Ouyang Su immediately stood up, wanting to seek revenge for Piapiao. But Piapiao held him back. Piapiao thought to himself, if he loses the fight and reveals my identity, he would be in even more trouble. The next moment, Ouyang Su turned around with a domineering embrace. He said softly, "Silly girl, rather than following them, why not follow me? Whatever you want, I can satisfy you. I won't let you suffer even a bit of grievance." Piapiao was somewhat tempted. She knew Ouyang Su was indeed not bad. But how could the infamous demon sect compare to the righteous sects? At this moment, a distant sound of dong dong was heard. Piapiao quickly snapped out of her thoughts. This was the curfew sound of the immortal sect. She left Ouyang Su, hurriedly got up, and hastily said, "I'm sorry. The immortal sect's curfew is strict. I have to go back first," leaving Ouyang Su alone with a gloomy face. Unbeknownst to them, this scene was fully observed by Anin and Xiao Bai from above. Anin deliberately leaked the news of Piapiao being in the back mountain to Ouyang Su, just to speed up the plot and make them meet earlier. Moreover, her patience with Xiao Ju was now at its limit. Only by accelerating the development of key plot points could she get rid of Xiao Ju sooner. Today, Xiao Ju was still persistently sticking to Anin, asking if she was willing to be his junior sister and wanting to cultivate together. After all, Anin was such a good dual cultivation partner. Xiao Ju didn't want to let others benefit from her. The senior brother pestered the junior sister to cultivate together, and even went to ask for the master's order to make it difficult for Anin to refuse. According to the settings of the immortal cultivation system, Anin couldn't disobey orders. Xiaobai became anxious seeing this. If she didn't agree, she would be punished for violating system settings. If she agreed, she would have to face this scumbag Xiao Ju every day. Just as Xiaobai was getting flustered, Anin calmly said, "Then I'll consider it." At this time, not far away, Piapiao was rushing back to the sect. Thinking of Ouyang Su's confession earlier, Piapiao was still a bit flattered. She thought, "I'm just so popular. This time it's the Demon Lord. Next time it will be senior brother Xiao Ju." Speak of the devil, Piapiao looked up and saw Xiao Ju in the pavilion. Piapiao was delighted, thinking he came to pick her up personally. Just as she happily approached to greet Xiao Ju, she got closer and saw Anin chatting and laughing with him. Piapiao's face changed drastically. How could her usually weak and incompetent sister suddenly come up the mountain and hook up with the senior brother? Piapiao was about to go forward and ask for an explanation, but suddenly got hit on the forehead. It was the intersect senior brothers and sisters who shouted angrily at her. "You're here again, ogling the senior brother? Get back to work quickly. If you slack off again, don't blame me for disciplining you according to sect rules." Hearing this, Piapiao pretended to be innocent and replied, "Senior brothers and sisters, it's a misunderstanding. I just saw Jiang and come to seduce the senior brother and felt upset, so I came to look. After all, she just joined and is already stepping over you all. You're clearly more excellent than her. I just felt it wasn't fair for you." However, before Piapiao could finish her gossipy words, she received another slap from the senior brother. "Sister Anin is the master's personally accepted last disciple. How dare you forget your place?" Piapiao covered her slapped cheek, her face gloomy. The two inner disciples left her, turning away. Before leaving, they they didn't forget to rebuke her. You don't know your place, speaking without restraint, and even trying to sow discord. At this moment, the disheveled Pia Piao looked up, glaring at it and standing next to Xiao Ju, gritting her teeth in anger. Her miserable state was all because of her. Meanwhile, Xiao Ju boldly leaned closer to Anin, continuing to persistently ask her to agree to dual cultivation. At this time, Pia Piao scurried over again, wanting to ingratiate herself. She suppressed her inner dislike for Anin and pretended to be naive, asking, I just heard that senior brother wants to dual cultivate with you. This is such a great blessing. At this point, Anin stood up and calmly replied, dual cultivation? Such a big decision, it's better to ask the master first. Hearing this, Xiao Ju chased after to explain. And then, are you afraid of intimate contact during dual cultivation? Don't worry, I won't do anything inappropriate. Hearing Xiao Ju's words, Pia Piao inwardly sneered. Jiang, and it was indeed a prude. If that's the case, this great opportunity would soon be hers. She quickly nodded and flattered. That's right. Senior brother is a gentleman. Sister, you can rest assured. And then heard this but pretended to hesitate and turned away, saying, I'm a bit tired. I'll go rest first. After saying this, she left alone, leaving Pia Piao behind to comfort the melancholic Xiao Ju. She actively moved closer to the man's embrace. She said coquettishly, Senior brother, seeing you love my sister, but can't have her. I feel so sad for you. Xiao Ju looked down at Pia Piao. At this moment, he suddenly felt that this silly girl seemed to have a certain charm. He reached out to gently stroke Pia Piao's chin, thanking her, and saying he would ask the master to accept her as an inner disciple. Hearing this, Pia Piao curled her lips into a smile and looked up, continuing her green tea tactics. She gazed at Xiao Ju with watery eyes. Senior brother, then do you think I could dual cultivate with you? I don't have my sister's reservations. As long as I can be with you, I'm willing to do anything. From afar, Xiao Bai heard this and was so angry his teeth itched. He didn't understand why it would give them a chance to be alone. And then, however, remained calm and composed. With hope comes greater despair. In Xiao Ju's eyes, women are just tools to satisfy his narcissism, disposable at any time. Soon, Jiang Pia Piao will experience the same fate as the host in her previous life. One moment the man was begging to dual cultivate with Anin, the next he was being intimate with her sister. Seeing Xiao Ju lift her chin about to kiss her, Pia Piao felt smug inside. Senior brother was finally hers. At this moment, Anin turned back and walked towards them again. Pia Piao is still here? Hearing An's voice, Xiao Ju, startled, immediately pushing Pia Piao away. He turned and eagerly asked, Anin, you're back. Have you considered the matter of dual cultivation with me? Anin walked into the pavilion, picked up the fan on the table, and slowly said, I just forgot to take my fan. Xiao Ju continued to ask about the dual cultivation, but before he could finish, Pia Piao interrupted. She grabbed Xiao Ju. Sister, since it's so difficult for you, why don't you let me do the dual cultivation? Seeing this, Anin smiled. It seems you two get along well. Perhaps you two are indeed more suitable for dual cultivation. Why don't I go talk to the master about it? Hearing this, Xiao Ju's face darkened. Pia Piao hurriedly said, Okay. The next moment, with a pa sound, Xiao Ju pushed Pia Piao away. An outer disciple, how could you be worthy of dual cultivation with me? He then took An's small hand and said softly, Anin, only you are worthy of dual cultivation with me. At this, Pia Piao got up from the ground and questioned, Senior brother, you just said you'd ask the master to accept me as an inner disciple. Xiao Ju coldly replied, You can't even handle outer disciple duties properly, yet you dream of entering the inner sect and dual cultivating with me? Impossible. If you continue to be so presumptuous, I'll report to the master and have you expelled from the sect. Hearing this, Pia Piao trembled with anger and ran away crying. Just as Anin had predicted, to please her, Xiao Ju immediately abandoned Pia Piao and then watched Pia Piao's retreating figure in silence. I hope she realizes soon. Don't make the worst choice. Pia Piao ran all the way to the forest on the back mountain. She was heartbroken, feeling that Jiang and then wanted to humiliate her along with the senior brother. As she ran, with a boom, she crashed into someone. Looking up, it was Ouyang Su again. Seeing the tearful Pia Piao, Ouyang Su tenderly cupped her small face. Who bullied you? He embraced Pia Piao, softly comforting her. don't cry. Come with me and leave this place. I won't let you be so heartbroken. Pia Piao sobbed in response. If I go with you, I'll become a traitor to the immortal sect. I'll definitely be hunted down. Hearing this, Ouyang Su's eyes darkened. For my sake, opposing the entire immortal sect is nothing. Let me protect you for life. Hearing these words, Pia Piao was deeply moved. She never thought only Ouyang Su would truly care for her. This was fine too. She wanted revenge. She replied in a low, vicious voice, I'll go with you. But you must promise to teach that bitch Jiang and a lesson for me. Hearing in Anne's name, a dark light flashed in Ouyang Su's eyes. A moment later, he lowered his head to kiss Pia Piao. I promise. At this moment, Xiao Bai, hiding not far away, saw this scene and couldn't help but mock. Just confessed to Xiao Ju and now kissing someone else. Truly worthy of being Jiang Pia Piao. At this time, Mo Ihan also jumped out. He was very curious about what these two were doing. Zein Montakihan observing zeusly, An covered his eyes with her hand. Children shouldn't watch this. You'll get a sty. Mo Ihan dodged in, saying defiantly, I'm not a child. These days, I can see that Xiao Ju has ill intentions towards you in his eyes. I've been enduring for a long time, and I didn't expect him to react so strongly. Before she could reply, Mo Ihan turned his head and continued, if you want to dual cultivate, you can actually choose me. Little Bell wanted to dual cultivate with his master, but she thought he was still young. She told him not to think too much. Hearing this, Mo Ihan grabbed an in and questioned, how am I small? I'm taller than you now. I can protect you. Seeing his eager expression, and then leaned close, Mo Ihan's heart pounding. He only heard an whisper in his ear. Then, help me keep an eye on those two. Without waiting for Mo Ihan's response, she turned and left with a whoosh. Mo Ihan, left behind, felt somewhat uncomfortable, and then still treated him like a child. At this time, above the immortal sect, Pia Piao and Ouyang Su eloped, injuring many fellow disciples. And was somewhat disappointed. Pia Piao had indeed made the worst choice. Behind her, Xiao Ju's face darkened upon hearing Ouyang Su's name. Wasn't this the demon lord who had injured him before? The disciples within the sect muttered about quickly bringing back this unreliable woman to warn others. And the person to bring Jiang Pia Piao back to the immortal sect was none other than senior brother Xiao Ju. Hearing the disciples' murmurs, Xiao Ju felt his face losing, his expression becoming even more unpleasant. He angrily declared, as the master's personal disciple, I have the responsibility to uphold the reputation of the immortal sect. Such a disgrace within our sect cannot be tolerated. From tomorrow, we will fully prepare for war and attack the demon realm. Xiao Ju's behavior was as selfish as in the previous life, taking advantage of the sect master's closed-door cultivation, wielding authority like a chicken feather, using fellow disciples' lives to save face. But in this life, within and present, she would never let the flames of war harm the innocent or let the world's creatures suffer. At this moment, amidst the noisy discussions, Anne's voice stood out. She walked to the center of the crowd and said loudly, fellow disciples, Pia Piao is my sister. Her bringing shame to the sect is also my responsibility. I am willing to go alone to bring her back to face punishment. The crowd was in an uproar hearing this. Xiao Ju turned to look at An, also very surprised. Xiao Bai worriedly asked, are you really going to sacrifice yourself for them? And then shook her head. How could that be possible? I'm not that selfless. I won't let Xiao Ju stay out of this. And then curled her lips. If I don't act out this play, how can I make that person see? Next, he should make his entrance. The next moment, a strong voice came from above. Jiang and Anne's courage to take responsibility is worthy of being a model for our ancestors. At this time, the sect master slowly walked towards the disciples. The disciples knelt down, joyfully welcoming the sect master's return from seclusion. The sect master looked at Xiao Ju, his tone carrying reproach. As the senior brother, you nearly plunged the immortal sect in a crisis for a woman, regardless of the consequences. You have also disappointed me greatly. Xiao Ju didn't understand how the master had come out of seclusion early. He nervously defended himself. Disciple only wanted to protect the reputation of the entire sect. Hearing this, the sect master became angrier. Is there anything more important than the lives of all beings? Do you know how many lives would be lost in a war with the demon realm? Have you forgotten your original intention after years of cultivation? I now punish you to go alone to find Demon Lord Ouyang Su and bring back Jiang Pia Piao. If you can't do it, don't come back. Hearing this, Xiao Ju's heart sank. Sending him alone to the demon sect to find Ouyang Su wasn't that sending him to his death? He awkwardly raised his head, about to speak but hesitating. The sect master continued to question. How is it that even an dares to face the demon sect alone? Yet you don't. Hearing this, Xiao Ju was speechless. He could only grit his teeth and obediently say, I obey. At this moment, Anan stepped forward, kneeling to request to be punished along with senior brother and go to the demon sect to find Pia Piao. Seeing this, the sect master was very pleased. Xiao Ju was also moved. He felt Anan was truly the best woman in the world. Only she was willing to stand by his side and fight. However, he couldn't see that at this moment Xiao Bai was laughing heartily. Xiao Ju could never have guessed that the sect master's early return from seclusion this time was because Anan had used a system item. Anan's face bore a hint of mockery. He should put out the fire he started himself, and he would be grateful to me in tears. Demon Lord Ouyang Su embraced his little wife, vowing to protect her for life. However, in the next moment, an elder brought news that people from the immortal sect had attacked the gates of the demon sect. As soon as Jiang Pia Piao arrived, the immortal sect attacked. The elder pointed at Pia Piao and accused her of being a spy. Hearing this, Pia Piao clung to Ouyang Su pitifully. Ouyang Su immediately spoke up for her. Watch your tone. She is now my wife. At this moment, the Grand Elder spoke up, unable to bear it anymore. Lord, the immortal sect has come today for this woman. Although it's Xiao Ju who came this time, in the future, it will be the entire immortal sect. Is it really worth risking the lives of so many in the demon sect for one woman? At this time, Pia Piao in Ouyang Su's arms didn't hear anything else, but she caught the news that Xiao Ju had personally come for her. She was smug inside. Sure enough, it was only after she ran away with Ouyang Su that Xiao Ju regretted it and came after her. Thinking of this, Pia Piao pretended to be understanding and looked up at Ouyang Su. I don't want you to sacrifice so much for me. I'll keep your feelings in my heart. Hand me over. Of course, Ouyang Su didn't agree. The immortal sect's rules are strict. They treat traitors with extreme punishment. Handing you over now is equivalent to sending you to your death. Pia Piao's eyes welled up with tears at this moment. She said it was all right, that her death was better than his, but inside she thought, senior brother wouldn't bear to kill me. Hearing Pia Piao's heartfelt words, Ouyang Su embraced her tightly. I will protect you well. Xiao Ju is merely my defeated opponent. I'll go to meet him in battle now. I'll kill him. Pia Piao buried her head in Ouyang Su's neck, sighing contentedly. Soon, the two strongest men in the world would be fighting over her. Being too charming is also troublesome. The next moment, Ouyang Su went out to meet Xiao Ju. Xiao Ju pointed his sword at him, demanding he hand over Jiang Pia Piao. Ouyang Su calmly replied with a smile. Pia Piao is now my wife. Shouldn't I be calling you brother-in-law now? These words sounded like an insult to Xiao Ju's ears. He swung his sword directly, not wanting to waste words. However, Ouyang Su easily dodged his attack with a sidestep. The next moment, Ouyang Su became serious. He launched a powerful attack, so fast that Xiao Ju had no time to react. With a swoosh, Ouyang Su's sword pierced through his body. Xiao Ju fell to the ground. Ouyang Su mockingly said from above, "Last time, you could fight me for hundreds of rounds. Why are you so weak now?" Xiao Ju weakly supported himself with his sword. If it weren't for the inexplicable heavenly punishment last time that damaged his foundation, which hadn't fully recovered, he wouldn't be in such a pathetic state. Then Ouyang Su extended his palm, about to deliver a fatal blow. At the critical moment, Anan shouted, "Senior brother, be careful." There was a loud boom. Xiao Ju slowly opened his eyes. He was still alive. Looking up, he saw Anan standing directly in front of him. Xiao Ju's heart was immediately moved. Anan had saved him again. Anan turned her head and told Xiao Ju, "Senior brother, leave the rest to me." Then, without waiting for Xiao Ju's response, with a whoosh, Anan flew towards Ouyang Su. Seeing her arrival, Ouyang Su became even more composed. "Anan, the poison you gave me before has long been suppressed by me. Since you're here too, I'll return all this humiliation to you." However, just as he was about to act, his heart started racing, his movements faltered, and his head spun. Ouyang Su even began to lose his balance. "What's happening?" At this moment, Anan activated her communication. "Your resistance was indeed too weak, so I specially improved it a bit." Anan's voice was cold and merciless. Soon I'll make you remember who your true master is. The man who was just smugly about to take a woman's life, in the next moment, found his cultivation completely gone, and then unleashed a powerful attack, and Ouyang-su immediately fell heavily. His eyes were now vacant and confused. He could feel his cultivation being drained instantly. Ouyang-su couldn't believe it. Was it the effect of the poison? What exactly had this woman done? And then slowly approached. Ouyang-su's face grew increasingly grim. He looked up at the calm and indifferent Anin. Who exactly was she? And then walked up to Ouyang-su. Before she could say a word, Ouyang-su trembled and retreated. Using his last bit of strength, he turned and ran away, and then didn't pursue him further. She knew that the elders in the demon sect all wanted to usurp the throne. What awaited Ouyang-su upon his return would be worse than death. Now, Jiang Piapiao behind Ouyang-su should also be in trouble. In the demon sect, the elders discovered that the demon lord had lost his cultivation. They were now discussing heatedly. The voices calling to kill Ouyang-su and Jiang Piapiao grew louder. Piapiao, eavesdropping from afar, was now trembling in fear. The current Ouyang-su couldn't protect her at all. She was at a loss. After a while, Piapiao remembered that senior brother Xiaoju had come to the demon sect to confront them just to find her. Perhaps she should give him another chance. Senior brother cherished her so much. He would surely save her. Piapiao slipped to the entrance of the demon sect, planning to escape during the guard change. But the next moment, a hand stopped her progress. Ouyang-su's expression was grim and terrifying. Where are you going alone? He angrily gripped Piapiao's chin. I hear the demon sect elders have betrayed me because I'm powerless. Are you going to betray me too? Piapiao didn't dare move. She knew that even if Ouyang-su had lost his cultivation, she still couldn't beat him. At this point, Piapiao hurriedly denied, I'm doing this for you. I wanted to beg Xiaoju to spare you. He's my senior brother. He should do me this favor. Hearing this, Ouyang-su laughed bitterly. Those who betray the immortal sect are undoubtedly executed. What makes you think Xiaoju would spare you? Or is there something going on between you two? Hearing this, Piapiao was about to continue explaining, but then heard Ouyang-su's crazed words. In life, you're my person. In death, you're my ghost. You'll never escape to the other side in this lifetime. After returning to the immortal sect, Xiaoju became increasingly attentive to Anin. On this day, Xiaoju had just recovered from his severe injuries, and he came to find Anin again, bringing a rare blue mountain snow lotus medicine. He said, Anin saved me twice. Beautiful and kind-hearted, only you deserve the most precious things in this world. However, Xiaoju had ulterior motives. He moved closer to Anin and confessed in a low voice, You deserve the best man in this world. Anin, you should understand my feelings, right? The demon lord who once vowed to protect him for life now wanted to send him to another man's bed. A few days ago, Anin defeated demon lord Ouyang-su and saved Xiaoju. After this incident, Xiaoju became even more attentive to Anin. Right now, he moved closer to Anin to express his gratitude. Anin politely replied, Defeating Ouyang-su was just my luck. If senior brother hadn't already injured him by 90% before, I wouldn't have been able to handle him. Xiaoju wanted to say more, but was interrupted by a disciple who came running. The disciple hurriedly reported that Ouyang-su's whereabouts had been discovered in the outskirts. Xiaoju's words to Anin were left unfinished. He told the disciple, I'll handle it soon. You may leave now. Xiaoju turned back to Anin, wanted to continue, but was interrupted by Anin again. Senior brother, dealing with traitors is urgent. I'll listen to what else you have to say when you return. Hearing this, Xiaoju didn't linger any longer and turned to leave. He was confident inside. Since Anin had risked her life to shield him from Ouyang-su before, she must have feelings for him. Thinking of this, Xiaoju couldn't help but smile. When he returns, he would claim Anin as his own. After Xiaoju left, Little White was confused. Originally, if his confession had succeeded, Anin could have completed the mission and retired with honor. Why did she interrupt him? Hearing this, Anin calmly replied, For this mission, I want to achieve the highest rating. Xiaoju's feelings haven't reached that level yet. Besides, there are the other two. We should give them time to suffer a bit more. At this time, Ouyang-su and Jiang Piapiao, hunted by both the immortal sect and the demon sect, had become like rats in the street, despised by everyone. Since they were once so in love, now let them truly experience what it means to be a poor and miserable couple. In a dilapidated house, Pia Piao could only rely on some leaves to stave off hunger. Seeing Ouyang Su return with a package, Pia Piao hurriedly opened it to look. However, inside was neither gold and silver nor food, but just a sack of broken tiles. Pia Piao was angry and frustrated. While berating Ouyang Su for being useless, she couldn't help but reminisce about the kindness of the senior brother from the immortal sect. Hearing Pia Piao's continuous insults, Ouyang Su couldn't bear it anymore. With a slap, he struck her, telling her to shut up. Pia Piao fell to the ground, holding her face in disbelief. "You actually hit me?" Ouyang Su grabbed Pia Piao's neck, his face grim. "I've fallen to this state because of you. Yet you speak of the senior brother's kindness. Don't forget you're relying on me to survive now." Pia Piao was terrified by him. She tremblingly asked Ouyang Su what he wanted to do. Ouyang Su sneered, "Tell me Xiao Ju's weakness. You've been in the mortal sect for so long, you must know something." Pia Piao tried hard to recall. She remembered the senior brother wanting to dual cultivate with Anin. The more Pia Piao thought about it, the angrier she became. All of this was Anan's fault. She told Ouyang Su, "Xiao Ju has been pursuing Anin. If we help him force Anin, maybe he'll let us go." Hearing this, Ouyang Su's eyes flashed with excitement. "This is a good plan, but how can you ensure Xiao Ju will keep his word afterwards?" Before Pia Piao could answer, Ouyang Su had already made his decision. "Why don't we disguise you as Anin to seduce Xiao Ju? Then, when he's head over heels for you, I'll absorb his powers." Ouyang Su's voice grew excited. This way I'll still be the strongest man in the world, and you'll still be the strongest man's woman." Hearing his words, Pia Piao trembled all over. "You're actually going to send your own wife to be defiled by another man?" Ouyang Su was now completely insane. Ignoring Pia Piao's struggles, he grabbed her face and forced her to drink a potion that would make her mute. A man sending his wife to be forcibly taken by his mortal enemy, just because he wanted to seize power in the process. Just now, Xiao Ju was tracking Ouyang Su in the suburbs when suddenly a black shadow flashed before his eyes. Xiao Ju was startled. It must be Ouyang Su. He chased after the shadow, arriving at a dark cave. As he approached, he saw Anin lying inside. Xiao Ju was very surprised. He quickly helped Anin up, but what he couldn't have known was that this Anin was actually Pia Piao disguised by Ouyang Su. Pia Piao tried to say something, but because of the muting potion Ouyang Su had given her, she couldn't utter a word. Seeing Anin weak, powerless, and unable to speak, Xiao Ju felt heartbroken. But when he met her alluring eyes and smelled the fragrance emanating from her body, Xiao Ju couldn't help but let his imagination run wild. The next moment, he leaned over Anan's face, his expression ambiguous. "Don't worry, junior sister. Senior brother will transfer some power to you now. Don't move." With that, Xiao Ju flipped her over. Xiao Ju's wish to dual cultivate within him was finally fulfilled. Little did he know that while the mantis stalks the cicada, the oriole waits behind. As the two were in the throes of passion, Ouyang Su took the opportunity to plant a demonic curse on Xiao Ju, draining his power. Now with this, he could gradually absorb Xiao Ju's cultivation and return to his peak. After finding the weakened and in the suburbs, Xiao Ju brought her back to the immortal sect. Not only did he not report to the sect leader, but he secretly hid her in his private chamber. He wanted to nourish Anin like this every day. With Anin in this state, he could become her only support. Xiao Ju held her tight, comforting her softly. "Don't worry, Anin. I'll treat you well." Hearing Xiao Ju constantly calling her Anin, Pia Piao was furious inside. She once had genuine feelings for Xiao Ju, but now he had taken her body while calling someone else's name. Meanwhile, on the other side, Emo Ihan was seething with anger. Through the spirit pearl, he had seen Xiao Ju's constant desire to do such things to Anin, and he wanted nothing more than to end him right then. At this moment, Anin entered and saw Emo Ihan fuming. She asked what was wrong. Seeing this, Emo Ihan quickly hid the spirit pearl and replied, "Nothing." Seeing his evasive behavior, Anin moved closer and asked, "I recently asked you to track Ouyang Su and Pia Piao's movements. Did you see something you shouldn't have?" Hearing this, Emo Ihan's eyes darted around as he replied, "I didn't see anything." Anin could tell he was lying. She reached out to grab the spirit pearl he was hiding behind his back. Emo Ihan still refused, and it became a bit angry. She grabbed him and demanded to know why she couldn't look. The next moment, Emo Ihan, touched by Anin, went weak and lost his strength. Anin took the spirit pearl and looked carefully. Inside, Xiao Ju was engaging in intimate acts with Pia Piao, who was disguised as the Fakenin. Just then, there was a ding sound. The system prompt indicated that the Xiao Ju mission had been completed with an S-class high score. And he gave a cold laugh. She never expected Xiao Ju would complete his own mission. Now, it was time to deal with him. The man had forcibly taken her body, yet kept calling out her sister's name. Pia Piao couldn't bear it anymore. She slapped Xiao Ju hard across the face. Xiao Ju covered his slapped cheek, his face grim. "And you dare hit me? Don't you like me? Why are you treating me like this?" Xiao Ju was furious. He revealed his true nature, grabbing Pia Piao, who was disguised as an "I don't even mind that you've become like this, yet you dare defy me? How dare you disobey me? Do you know how much I sacrificed to convince the master to allow us to dual cultivate? Jiangnan, you're the woman I like. Why can't you just obey?" Hearing this, Pia Piao was shocked. She now realized that Xiao Ju had always claimed it was the sect leader's order for him to dual cultivate with an. She never imagined it was actually his own request. The next moment, Xiao Ju dropped his righteous facade. He revealed a greedy expression to Pia Piao. He pinned her down, about to do indecent things again. He laughed shrilly. "Hee. Ouyang-su not only destroyed your cultivation, but also made you mute with poison. You're truly vicious. But this is good too. Later, I can report to the master that Anin was killed by Ouyang-su. From now on, you'll just wait here every day to serve me until you die." Pia Piao was instantly chilled to the bone. The refined senior brother she once admired was actually such a pervert at his core. Xiao Ju ignored her terror, reaching for her face. "Don't worry, no one can enter this secret chamber. From now on, you'll be mine forever." Just then, with a loud bang, the door was kicked open. The sect leader appeared with disciples at the doorway. Seeing the arrivals, Pia Piao struggled to make a sound. Xiao Ju looked surprised. "Master, why are you here?" Seeing the sect leader, Xiao Ju immediately changed his expression, replying solemnly, "Master, junior sister, and it was just severely injured. I was about to treat her." The poisoned and mute Pia Piao couldn't explain. At this moment, Anin walked in from behind, saying, "Treat me? How come I don't know about it?" Anin, identical to the person on the bed, appeared unharmed before everyone's eyes. Xiao Ju couldn't believe it. Anin questioned him. "Who exactly are you?" "You're lying. The one on the bed is the junior sister." Anin calmly replied, "As I recall, after defeating Ouyang-su, I returned to the immortal sect." Then she took out a bottle of potion and splashed it on Pia Piao on the bed. "And senior brother, what were you planning to do with Jiang Pia Piao, hidden here under an illusion?" The potion gradually washed away the disguise on Pia Piao's face. Xiao Ju looked bewildered. It really was Jiang Pia Piao. Jiang Pia Piao was caught red-handed by the immortal sect members. Terrified, at this moment, Xiao Ju also cast a fierce glare at her. "Jiang Pia Piao, you dare trick me?" At this point, the current sect leader waved his hand and spoke. "Xiao Ju, you've hidden the traitor Jiang Pia Piao. Are you also in league with the demonic sect? Take them to the square for public questioning." Hearing this, Xiao Ju hurriedly tried to defend himself, saying he must have been set up, but it wouldn't give him the chance. In her previous life, he and Pia Piao had wrongly accused the host, leading to her tragic death. Now it was time for these two to suffer.